Just make sure it's recording. Recording's on. Okay. Previously in the GodBreaking. Along the western coast of Tandesh, a war is brewing. For years, the renowned navy of Waterdeep has kept the peace along the Triton Deep and allowed trade to flourish. But now, that peace has been disrupted. Internal turmoil in Waterdeep has affected their policy on the oceans, and, far to the south, the pirate nation of Borthall has risen in response. And as these two nations have vied to establish power on the ocean, tensions have grown thick, and now they are near a breaking point. Here, our heroes enter. Serving as ambassadors from King Reginald Haas, they now travel aboard pirate vessels towards the meat of the pirate lords. So, you guys are on board two pirate ships. Balanar and Deimos, you guys are sailing with Marina, the pirate lord Marina, on the Beast's Fury. Elwin, Ashok, and Euphemia, you are sailing on the Golden Sun with Hyun Mei and her crew. You guys have several ships around you. Each of them has brought a retinue of 5 or 6 smaller vessels from their respective clans that are traveling along with you. And you're heading up the coast of Tandesh towards the pirate meet. The pirate lord meet. So, along this coast, this is the way you're heading. You guys are about 4 days into your journey, so you're roughly around here. You're headed towards a small black dot here, which is the Isle of Skulls, off of the northwestern coast of Borthall. It's actually a few leagues out into sea, and it's within eyeshot of the city of Zatar, which is the central hub of Borthall. But that's where the Pirate Council is meeting. It's a secret location, but that's where you guys are headed. Last time in the last session, you guys had shopped a little bit in Westfane before leaving. You acquired some supplies that you had looted from Arthur Brooks' mansion, and you shipped the majority of them over to your new keep in in Hasselin, near the city of Heldren. You guys then boarded the ships and you went off to sea. You skirmished with a couple of random beasts that had attacked you, and then probably the most interesting thing that happened was that you encountered a large dragon turtle, an old elderly dragon turtle that was being harassed and basically being killed by a swarm of giant sharks. You guys chose to intervene and save the dragon turtle's life, and you learned his name. His name was Dragash. As you healed him and he went along his way. And the session ended last week with the lookout in the crow's nest on your ship pointing out a vessel far on the horizon. Okay? Anything you guys want to say or do before we jump in?
Oh, see?
You got 2 crits and 2 fails, so. What did you say, Euphemia?
You mean say as in like OC or to someone
Yeah,
NPC?
yeah. Everyone feel like they're caught up? Any of you guys who weren't here, do you have any questions?
Before our long rest, could I try to cast that remove curse thing again on that Berserker's Great Axe?
Okay, it's been a couple days. You've been on the sea a couple days. Let's say that you were doing it every night. So go ahead and roll me two straight wisdom checks. Yeah, you got it. So on the 3rd day, this is your 3rd casting of that. So I'm retconning a couple of nights ago. As you take Ajax's cursed great axe out, and you cast Greater Restoration on it, trying to defeat and dispel the curse that's on it. On the third attempt, you're able to finally grab hold of the evil omen that has kind of fallen across it, and you're able to wrest it free and tear it away from the Great Axe. So now, in your inventory, this Berserker Great Axe is no longer cursed. I'm going to change it real quick. It is now a +1 Great Axe. Okay. There you go.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think I have too many magic weapons.
Yeah, you gotta be attuned to this one, but I mean, it's pretty good. Worst comes to worst, we can hang it up as a trophy in our town.
Yeah. Looks like Elwin got disconnected.
User joined your channel.
Alright, so you guys are on the sea. The lookout has just shouted out that there's a ship on the horizon. Marina, you see her quickly react. She shapeshifts right in front of you into a large seabird. The wingspan is quite large, so a good 5 foot long wingspan. She flaps her wings violently a couple times and launches off into the air. She soars high. She flies up past the crow's nest, even higher up into the sky, and she circles over the top of your ship a few times. And after a couple minutes, she flutters back down and descends and lands on the deck in front of you and reacquires her humanoid form. And I might as well show her picture since she's talking to you. And she says to you, she says, "'Tis a Navy scouting vessel. The water-deep ships here this far in our territory. How dare they? They have never broached this far before. We must stop them. We must destroy them." She turns to her crew and she says, "To arms!" And not very far away from you, on Kian May's ship, likewise, people, crew members, and everyone is kind of, they're all leaping to attention, and they start looking out at the ship. She points at the vessel far away, and one of her crewmen come up and say, "Milady, what do you know of this vessel? Do we have any chance of gaining upon it and tracking it down?" She shakes her head no. She says, "It's a scouting vessel. We have no chance of catching it with our boats. We must go by sea." "Understood. I will prepare the men." She turns to you guys, Balanar and Deimos, and says, "Do you know of the water-deep ships?"
Do we know them? Well,
Have you never experienced one before?
Nope.
let me ask the voice in my head, Mr. GM. Do we know anything about these ships?
Just that they were for a long time. They're very powerful. Their presence, their military might was uncontested, and the only reason that the pirates have been able to put up resistance against them is because of the dragon's breath powder, this mysterious substance that fuels their cannons, that allows them to do what to wreak the destruction. So remember when they were on, when they gunned down those 2 Titanic slots on the shore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That new technology is the only reason that the pirates are able to put up resistance against the water-deep navy.
Well, that's what I say to them. That's all I know.
Okay. She turns to you and she says, "Well then, you are about to get your first experience. The water-deep ships are fearsome. They demand respect. They have no cannons as we do. Instead, their military might comes from their oceanic magics. Each ship is manned by artillery mages. Their power on the sea is vast, and until recently they have been unrivaled. Our cannons have helped level the playing field, but Navy ships are not to be underestimated. She says, "Will you join us? Will you join us in tracking this one down?"
I mean, I'll help whoever you guys want. What do you think, Balanar?
Sure thing, I'll help.
Very good. We go by sea. And at that point, 7 of her crewmen have come up, and these guys, you saw a couple of them before when you fought the dragon, the sharks in the water before, to save the dragon turtle. These crewmen, they're not just normal sailors. They're you can tell they're humans, but they look different. They have runes inscribed on their shoulders and along their backs, almost like tattoos, but they're in bluish type of ink. They have hints, and in these runes they glow blue, and they have like rippling effects that seems to be moving through them, kind of like Marina does herself. You can tell that even though they're not pure water genasi, they have some kind of this genie-like heritage, ancestry to them. They're not completely human. They come up to her and say, "My lady, we are ready to go." Just very good. And she says, "You two, Balanar, Deimos, you may ride aboard our backs. We are going to be moving very quickly. It is the only chance we have to track down and catch this ship. It will be dangerous. The Waterdeep mage on this scouting ship here, he will definitely put up resistance. Fortunately, this is but a scouting ship, and there's only one mage aboard those typically. We might have a chance." Okay. The rest of you, she's gonna send a few of her druids over to you as well, so you guys can travel along with her. Do you guys all want to go to try to track down the ship?
I'm going to say that I'm going to say, how do I say this? I want nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I'm going.
I refuse to go because I'm not going to attack a civilian or military ship of another country I know nothing about.
Okay. So Euphemia's gonna stay back. Ashok, you going? If Ashok can hear us. Well, let's just assume that Ashok is going. So the 7 druids, her crewmen, they jump off the front of the boat, just diving off gracefully into the water, and mid-air they transform into dolphins. They shapeshift into dolphins. Marina herself, as soon as she dives off the edge of the boat and very gracefully she hits the water, and up from below the surface, she rises up as a giant shark, very large and powerful. Okay, so you guys jump on. You each get a dolphin.
Balanar's on the shark.
All right, you're gonna jump on her. Okay, she's not gonna throw you off or anything. And you guys all start heading out on the water to try to get to the ship. You're moving pretty quickly. The dolphins are able to swim quite quickly, and from the other ship, from the Golden Sun, you see Kian Mei and three of her attendants, her sailors. They leap off their ship and they start running across the surface of the water. So the forces from both ships are both traveling forward at sea level towards this Waterdeep Navy ship very quickly. As you guys start nearing it, after about 5 or 6 minutes on the water, you notice that you can tell that the ship has spotted you and starts to try to sail up in the opposite direction. It changes course and starts to move away from you guys. And then, as you guys grow closer, so I'm going to say you guys are about 600 feet away now. Yeah, about 200 yards. So 600 feet away. Or 6,000 feet. 60. Wait a second here. 3 feet is 1 yard, right?
Math.
Maths. 20 yards, right? 600 feet. What my calculator? Okay. Whatever that is. 200 yards away. You guys are... you're moving quickly. They all are at 60-foot movement speed, but everyone is using dash movements. So 120 feet per round, basically full-on sprint.
Okay. As soon as we get within like 300 feet,
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Polymorph.
Okay.
Turn it into a young blue dragon.
A young blue dragon.
Yeah, it can be up to my level, right? And challenge rate.
Polymorph is beasts only.
Oh,
Yeah.
think about
Nothing
that
of true
then.
polymorph. That's the only one that you can do with random creatures. That's right.
Okay. As soon as you hit 600 feet, or 200 yards, which is the same thing, you see a flash of light, just like a spark, on board the ship that you're heading to, and then a couple seconds later, like 3 seconds later, the water in front of you starts to pop up and rise as if it's being peppered by hundreds of small objects flying forward at a very fast speed. I need all of you to roll a d4, 1d4. So everyone who's traveling forward. Elwin, Balanar, Deimos, and Ashok, roll a d4. Ashok? Ashok's having connection issues, so let's see if he can do it. Can you roll 1d4?
Are they firing at us?
Okay, so Ashok, so that's how many small projectiles you're hit with. It's not being fired at you. This is the artillery mage on board. This is one of his attacks, as hundreds of very small hard objects fly forward and shotgun all of you traveling in that direction. You all take 10 damage for every pellet that hit you. Now, there's hundreds of them in the air and stuff like that, so that's how many hit you. So, Ashok, you take 20 damage. Deimos, you take 30. Balanar, 20. Elwin, you take 40. You guys look to your left and right, and you see a couple of the crew that's around you. You can see them bleeding, and a couple of them stutter and are shaken by the impact of the attack. Let's see, Ashok is 20. Deimos is 30.
This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be the last party member, and I'm just gonna have the whole adventure to myself.
Sure. Okay. Several of the crew are bleeding, and one of the dolphins actually slows down quite a bit as it was hit pretty heavily. But you guys all press forward. When you guys get to about 450 feet away, you see another flash of light from aboard the ship, as suddenly the water in front of you, the surface of the ocean itself, surges upwards 10, 15, 20 feet high. It flies up into the air as the surface of the water rises up 30 feet, 35 feet, and it peaks over you, and you can see the cresting waves, the white foam along the edge of the crest come forward and then smash down onto where you are. Everybody make me a dexterity save. Deimos and Ashok, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, sorry, I did.
Yes, dex.
Can I steer my dolphin towards Deimos?
Okay, Deimos and Elwin, you both fail to save. Balanar and Ashok, you take half damage from the tidal wave that's crested over and smashed onto you. So that's half of that. So let's see. Ashok and Balanar, you both take 8. Okay, and Deimos, you take 16. And Elwin, you take 16 as well. Got it. Okay. The two of you, Deimos and Elwin, you're actually knocked off of your mounts as this huge surge of water impacts you and carries you off your mounts. You're tossed back into the sea. Elwin, you're able to swim a little bit and keep yourself afloat. Deimos, the weight of your plate armor starts pulling you down into the depths of the ocean. And you start sinking.
Oh, shit. 1 second.
How far am I from Deimos?
I'll say you're about 25 feet away. Once you gain your senses.
Okay, and how far are we from... Is there anywhere within 500 feet I can see that is like on a ship or some rocks or something like
The
that?
only thing within 500 feet is the Waterdeep Navy ship. It's 450 feet ahead of you.
Okay, well I start swimming towards him.
Okay.
See how far I can make it before he goes down.
Okay. So
Yeah, how
go ahead.
fast am I sinking?
You're sinking fairly quickly, but Elwin was knocked under the waves also, so he was actually pushed down into the water. So under the water, he comes to his senses, and still holding his breath, he looks around and he sees you 25 feet away. You're about even with him. Elwin, let's see, your movement speed is 30. Your swim speed is half of that. So if you use your dash movement, you can get to him.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you dash over to him.
Okay, so I don't have a bonus action, right?
You do have a bonus action.
I'm gonna cast... Can I cast a spell underwater? It's just a verbal component.
Which spell?
Misty Step.
Yeah. I'll say you can do that. You can.
Okay. I'll cast Misty Step just to get us above. That
Okay.
way, give the dolphins a chance to turn around and come get us.
And then I'm gonna cast a level 3 Cure Wounds onto Elwin.
All right, go ahead and do that. And for the sake of this RP, we'll say that you're able to do that. You're able to swim to him, grab, and then just in desperation, Misty Step 30 feet straight vertically above you, and make it to the surface. You guys both pop up above the water and splash down, and as you fall a couple feet into the water. The crew members, they've regained their senses, and you see a couple of them swimming off to you guys to come grab you. Okay, Ashok and Balanar, you're able to maintain your holds on your mounts and evade the majority of the blow. All right. It takes you guys a little bit of time, just a few, let's say 20, 30 seconds to remount your dolphins and begin to travel forward again. You guys close in to about 250 feet now. When another shotgun blast of these small projectiles flies out, scatters through the air. You're about 250 feet away now.
Oh, sorry, I meant from each other.
You're pretty close to each other. You're let's say 10 feet away from each other, riding on the backs of these dolphins. Sure. Go ahead. Everyone, roll me 1d4. Okay, Elwin, I'll let you burn a shield spell to remove one of those, to reduce the hit by one. You guys take 14 damage for each projectile that you're hit with. So Ashok, add 28. Ooh, Deimos, that's 56 damage to you.
Oh my, sorry. Oh,
Okay,
never mind then.
you're gonna do that as you can. I'll let
I
you.
meant to do that like when I wear a house. See how close you were because it has an AOE. So I was gonna try to do that.
All
For
right, yeah,
everybody.
I'll let you pull that off on everybody before the brunt of it hits.
And that puts me exactly at 64.
Did you get the healing from Deimos?
Oh no.
Deimos cast his mass cure wounds right before the pellets hit you. So everyone heals 14 as well.
Am I close enough to throw the firebomb onto the deck of the ship?
Right now you're about 250 feet away. You're you can't throw that far. Okay, Ashok, 28, so another 14 to you, 38, 42. So that's with including your healing. And then Deimos, did you take your damage yet?
I took it off, and how much am I taking? A lot. Shit. I might actually die.
You might go unconscious here actually. Let's see. 14 times 4, 56. Yeah, you're
Looks like
unconscious.
good thing I got my death ward on.
Yes, you do. You're at 1 hit point.
Oh my gosh, these guys suck.
Artillery mages. This is why they were the uncontested strength on the seas. These mages are trained specifically in ocean battle.
I'm gonna have to go kamikaze on them. I'm gonna cast Dimension Door and teleport right onto the ship. If they're gonna kill us out here, I might as well take a few down with me.
Okay. All right. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna chug my potion of superior healing and then follow him through the
Can
door.
can I grab at least one?
Yeah. I'll say you can dive off and grab one of your friends and bring him up to you. Bring him with you. Okay. So 1 second here. So who are you grabbing?
Who's the one that spoke out? Balanar?
Yeah. Balanar, you want to go with him?
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, get your healing done. And okay, everyone done with the healing? Before we move on to the next phase of this fight.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend 2 sorcery points to cast that at. No, never mind.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna mark off some spells.
Yeah, make sure all your spell slots are marked off and accounted for.
Oh
Ashok.
damn, I'm already running out.
Ashok, did you heal at all? Did you want to do anything to heal yourself? Because you guys, Ashok and Deimos, you guys are still on on the backs of your mounts. You're able to you have some time to be able to do this, to cast some heals on yourself. Let me see, Death Ward, real quick here.
Yeah, it was still on there, so I just marked off the
Got
spell as I cast it again.
Cool. All right. So, as the burst of this artillery barrage, the shotgun barrage, flies across you, you see a couple of the dolphins succumb to their wounds and sink down into the water below. Marina was hit herself, and you see her, she's bleeding from several places. As likewise, the other crew, Kian Mei and her her attendants, her ninja crewmen along with her. They seem to have been injured as well. But you guys are still moving forwards. You've only lost 2 of your number. Ashok, Elwin, and Balanar, you guys teleport 250 feet ahead of you onto the deck of this small scouting ship. Okay, so the rest of you guys, with the movements of the dash movements of the people that you're with, I'm going to say you guys have to spend 2 rounds traveling to catch up. Okay, 2 full rounds of travel. Ashok, or Elwin, and Balanar, you guys teleport onto the front of the ship, and you see the crew is there, preps for battle. All right, so everybody roll initiative. And Euphemia was sitting out this fight. Okay. Right as you arrive, you see a robed individual with blonde hair back in a ponytail, like a human-looking male with blonde hair, wearing robes, dash off down the steps into the lower level of the ship. Okay. As the crew,
I shout after him. That's right. You better run.
As the crew is a little bit surprised by your arrival, but Balanar, you actually get to react first. So go ahead, you're up.
Let's see if I can get all of these guys in my fire breath.
Okay. So that's a 15-foot.
Oh, it's time.
Is that a 15-foot cone? Yeah, I'll say you can do that. Why the hell not?
That should be 15 feet. Yeah, that's 15 feet.
Yeah. All right. Target them.
So,
target them and roll the saves. So these 4 sailors, they've drawn their long swords, and they're a little bit startled, but they turn to you. And what do you do?
I suck in a deep breath of air, and then I bought a huge plume of fire.
Okay, right into their faces. A couple of them are screaming as that hurts them pretty bad.
Can I use my bonus action to throw the firebomb?
No, I'm
I think
gonna
you
say
should toss the firebomb into your fire breath.
You know what? Just to chuck it. I'd say to light it and throw it, it would cost a bonus action. But since there's fire everywhere, I'll say right now you can throw it, and it'll hit them. Since you're using the flame that you just used.
Then I'm also going to do that.
Okay. So, that's a 10-foot circle, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to toss it, to an area where it's going to hit them, but it won't hit Elwin or me.
Okay. I'm going to say because this deck on the back here is actually raised, it's elevated. See the stairs on each side here and here, those actually go up to this upper level deck here. So you're only going to hit the 4 that you just fire breathed. You're not going to be able to get up onto those guys on top. Right? So they have to make a, let's see, the fire bombs.
DC 13 deck save.
Okay. So you toss it. They'll roll DC 13 deck save. Two of them fail, 2 of them succeed. Go ahead and roll damage.
Forgot what the damage was on it.
Let's see here. 3d6. 3d6 fire damage. Five damage. Okay, so 15. 15. This guy takes up to 7. And okay, got it. So you, as you're breathing fire and they're caught in the flames, you chug this this jug that's filled with a flammable viscous liquid. It crashes on the ground, and it kind of the plumes of flame fly up around it, and it ignites, and they are caught up in that conflagration as well. I'm going to say that for the next little while, this area is on fire. Okay, that's your turn.
Yep.
All right, Ashok, you spend your movement on your dolphin, rushing, dashing to get there. This sailor turns and charges you, Balanar. He's going to come at you and swing at you with his longsword. And he is going to miss. This next guy is going to scream and try to rush out of the flames, step out of the fire, and with as much attention as he can, he's going to take a wild swing at you, Elwin, but he's not able to really make contact with you with his sword. On the deck here, these guys pull out their crossbows, and they're going to let loose with their light crossbows at Elwin. He's going to miss. This other guy's going to fire at you, Balanar, with his light crossbow. These guys are really surprised they're not able to hit anything. Okay, Elwin, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try to aim my fireball so I can catch one of the sails. So maybe try to slow down the boat a little and help them catch up, and try to hit as many of these guys as possible.
Okay.
So, who can I hit? And
okay, so this right here is the mast of the primary mast of the sail, right? And fireball has a 20-foot radius. So I'm going to say if you shot it 10 feet up this mast here, you'll be able to get these back 4 guys, including the group on the back deck.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say you'll be able to cover them up.
That one, that one, that one, and that one?
Yep, those 4. Nice. Most of them fail.
And here's damage. Bunch of ones.
Okay, so the 2 right here, that one and that one, they flop over, just like totally engulfed in flames. I mean, they got flames from Balanar's fire breath and from the firebomb, and now as you let loose this arcane blast of flame energy, they just crumple down to the ground. Their armor and their skin and their hair is all on fire and burning. The guys back on the ship, they on the back of that top deck area, they're also quite damaged.
Okay, and then I'm going to spend 3 sorcery points. 2 for Quicken and 1 for Twinned. And I'm going to cast Fire Bolts at...
Can you do both in one action?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it says it on Metamagic. If you use Quicken spell, you can use another feature along with it.
That's right, go ahead.
Okay, so let me cast on...
Okay, that hits. So this is a firebolt. You're killing them with fire today.
Second one.
Yeah, nice, very nice.
I'll try to... Oh yeah, you said that area's on fire, so I'm good right here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
As you cast that fireball spell, the sails and the mast itself erupt into flame. Whereas the sail was full of wind and was pulling taut against the lines, the lines burn away, and the sail is not really adding force to to propel the boat forward anymore. The boat slows down considerably. All right. This guy, panicked, is going to come up to you, Balanar, and he's going to swing with all his might. He finally hits. He crunches into you with his slashing longsword. Deimos, it's your turn. Dolphin is moving forward as fast as it can. Euphemia, you are still on the deck of the other ship. Balanar, your turn.
So, as my free action, I'm pulling out my my flame tongue sword, and I'm assuming it's a bonus action to speak the word of power to turn it on.
Yep.
And I'm going to swing at Sailor 2.
All right, roll it.
Good thing I get 2 swings.
Yeah. You know what? He's finally regained his footing, and after making contact with you with his longsword, you spin around and whip out your own greatsword and swing a couple times. But the shock of pain from where he cut underneath your arm, it slows your movement just enough that he's able to roll underneath it. Okay.
That's my turn.
Ashok, with the boat slowed and your dolphin dashing forward, I'm going to say that you can see these two guys, and you're within range. If you want to take shots at them with your longbow, you can see these two guys since they're elevated above the rest. So while your dolphin is swimming forward, you can take shots at them if you want. Okay, that hits. 13 damage to, let's see, number 5. That kills him. Alright. And you can take a shot at number 6 now if you want. That's also a hit, definitely. 16, that's enough to kill him too. These guys have about 40 hit points. So, as you guys are locked in melee combat down below on the lower deck, you glance up and you see 2 arrows blur through the air, and both of the sailors that were up on that upper balcony, they topple over, skewered by Ashok's longbow shots from the dolphin back, about now 100 feet away from you. Okay, this sailor is going to take another swing at you, Balanar. He's going to miss, and Elwin, it's your turn now.
I am going to spend another sorcery point to twin my fire bolts again.
Okay. That hits him pretty hard. That's a hit as well. These two guys had not been hurt previously. They avoided all the AoE damage. So, okay, so you blast them both with fire. You can see their clothing start to catch flame as they're hit directly by your firebolt cantrip.
That's my turn.
Okay. This guy is gonna keep swinging at you, Balanar. Actually, I'm not quite sure what to do. He's gonna take a run for it. He's gonna run and try to dive off the edge of the ship because he's on fire right now. You can get an attack of opportunity on him. That misses. He jumps off the edge of the water, off the edge of the boat, into the water below.
You better run.
Deimos, you guys are still swimming forward. Balanar, it's your turn.
Well, having missed all those times, I become very angry and I rage.
Okay.
And I also go ahead and use Reckless Attack.
That definitely hits. That definitely kills him. What do you do? How does that work?
Oh, I cleaved him in half. I was so pissed off, I cleaved him in half.
Yeah.
From skull straight down the torso.
Directly down. It's not, your sword is flaming and stuff too, so it kind of
Yep, there's no blood. It cauterized the whole thing.
Yeah, it just flops like 2 slabs of of meat down on the ground below. Okay.
Can I attempt to like jump on this guy's back and stab him with my sword since I still got one attack
Yeah,
left?
yeah. You have movement and attack, and an attack left. So go ahead.
Want me to roll anything for that, or I'm just gonna land on him if I
just
jump off the side of the boat?
give me an athletics check just to see if anything crazy happens. It's not gonna be too hard. Yeah, easy. You jump off and you land directly on him, and as you do, you take a swing. That hits, and that finishes him down in the water. Okay. Another round goes by, and finally the rest of your party catches up with you. Ashok and Deimos, you climb aboard the ship, and Kian Mei and her crew members, and Marina and her crew members also climb up onto the ship. As they
Welcome.
Yeah, as they hit the surface of the deck of the ship, you guys are beating out the flames to provide some room. Deimos, you can toss out some heals. Marina actually puts her hands out on her crew and on Kian Mei, and you can see some green energy glowing off of her as her druidic power cauterizes and seals up some of their wounds as well. Okay. Looking around, you guys see, and I'm going to transfer you to a different map here. Okay, so actually on this current map right here, you guys see that you're on the main deck. Up above you is this upper deck here, right? And that's where the steering wheel is, or whatever they call it, the helm of the ship is, and that's where those two other guys were.
You can actually drink my second potion of superior healing.
All right, roll
You
it.
can grab the one in the party sheet. I'm gonna drink the one that I just grabbed, and I'm gonna take 10 of these daggers so I can use them for my spell, or the animate objects.
Okay, which daggers?
The ones in the party sheet.
Let me check this real quick. Okay, yeah, go ahead and take 10 of them. Technically, those were sent off to your keep in Heldren, but you would have you would have been doing this before that, so you would have planned to do that. So go ahead and take 10 daggers.
How much time do we have up here before we go down there?
Well, it depends on what you want to do. Right now, it's been about a minute since Elwin and Balanar hit the deck of the ship.
All right. Well, I tell them it's like I have this prayer of healing scroll I can burn out, but it does take 10 minutes. But then again, if we think about it, the people downstairs, I don't really think they're gonna go anywhere. It's up to you guys.
I say go for it.
So you want to take 10
All right.
minutes to start casting the spell?
That's what we do. Yeah, the prayer of healing one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
It's up to you guys, though. Yeah, I really.
I'm only got 26 wounds. I should be fine.
And you know what? Yeah, I'll take the superior healing potion, and we should be fine.
Okay.
We don't want to get them
Sounds
all.
good to me.
A lot can happen in 10 minutes. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring.
Ashok has healing spells also, if you guys need them.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, Ashok can heal. So you guys look around real quick, a quick glance, and this on the map, this blue line right here, that's a door. There's a cabin on your level underneath this main deck area. Okay, there's a door that's underneath. There's a room underneath here. But as you're looking around, Kian Mei and Marina look alarmed. They look off in the distance. Another, how far away? Several hundred yards away, there's another ship that they didn't see before because it was too far away. And Kian Mei actually points it out first, and she speaks in her Tian language. But as she's speaking, you guys realize that even though you don't understand the language, you're able to understand what she's saying. And in her high melodic, her soft melodic voice, she says, "Another ship on the horizon. They must be stopped as well. These two must be a scouting party." She turns to Marina, and she gestures, and she and her crew run off the edge of the boat and start running to the other ship. Marina turns to you guys and says, "We must stop the other ship as well, or all is lost. These ships are scouting vessels, deep in our territory. An act of war in itself, but if they return to Waterdeep with whatever information they have gathered, I fear that our nation will be in grave peril. I must leave this ship to you. Kianmei and I will go and take care of the other." And with that, she and her crew jump off the edge of the boat as well, shapeshift in the air, and start swimming in the direction of the other boat. Okay, what do you guys want to do?
Say
I'm
we
gonna
fight some people.
I'm gonna walk up to the cabin door and start banging on it.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
What spell are you going to cast?
Gonna buff myself up.
Okay, so you cast that. All right.
Man, I'm low on spells.
Okay.
Actually, can I just break through the door with my flaming sword?
Roll roll me an athletics check to muscle your way through the door.
Ooh, I can break the door down. You can like hit the first person you see in there if you want.
Yeah, that works out. We can do that.
All right, you guys, all right? So Deimos, you
So
wanna
yeah,
bust it down?
I'll move over and let Deimos bust the door down.
What do the rest of you guys want to do? Ashok and Elwin, what do you want to do?
Can I roll perception to see if I hear anything down the stairs? Like the guy to see where the dude is?
Okay.
If I hear him moving?
Roll it.
Oh, did he run down the stairs or run in the cabin?
They ran. Elwin saw a guy run downstairs.
Hey, should we take care of the guy down the stairs first?
That's
So
perception.
I thought you ran to the cabin.
Well, let's see if
Oh,
there's anybody in the cabin first, so that we don't get jumped from
So-
behind while we're downstairs.
The
Okay.
wizard ran down the stairs. He was in robes.
Yeah. Ashok, do you want to do anything?
Again? Oh, perception.
Yeah,
Sorry.
persuasion. There you go. Okay. You only know what you saw. The guy ran downstairs. Right now, you can't hear anything from down below. The waves are crashing, and it's covering up a lot of the ambient noise. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna swap you guys to another map here. This is the map that has the that door, that area on it. Oops. Hold on one second here.
By the way, you said we were on the boat for what, 2 more days before we got to here?
Yes.
Did the cat get anything better with the armor?
You guys had figured it out. You had yes, you guys last
Okay.
week you had done all
Well,
the checks.
If that was the case, I'm assuming like when the cat was good with the armor, could I put that mode of warding on her armor?
Mode of warning.
Yeah, isn't that, or is it weapons only?
It's a weapon thing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now I gotta give my cat a weapon. All right. Well, I have the armor on the cat.
Okay. All right. So Deimos, you crash into this door right here, and basically it bursts open. So let me. There you go. See that door? Hey, check that out. I can swing that door open. It bursts open, and you can see inside this room. One second here. Okay, you look inside and you see this room, but as you crash into the door, you realize that what do you call it? The edge of the doorway on the inside had a line run across it, and when you push the door open, it pulled the line, and there's a huge puff of something as a purplish gas fills the air. Let's see here. It's about that big. It goes poof as you knock the door open. Deimos and Balanar, make me a DC 15 Constitution save. Okay, you both save, so you take half of this. You both take 11 damage, 11 poison damage. You guys can add it yourselves. 11 poison damage. Okay. All right. So inside this room, you now that you're looking inside, the dust clears, and you guys look inside the cabin. You see that it was basically the captain's main cabin. Looking around, there's a bed area over here. There's a desk over here with various navigational and nautical instruments on there. There's a compass, there's a sextant, there's maps, there's charts, there's papers scattered everywhere. It looked like it had been kind of closed off in a hurry and abandoned in a hurry. Okay, what do you guys want to do?
Like, do we see anything of threat, I guess, or people in there?
Nope, no one's in there.
Alright, guys, should we take care of this guy downstairs and then check this place?
Yeah, we'll take care of downstairs and then rob them blind.
And Elwin, can you sense any magical traps down there by any chance?
He rolled a 6 on his perception check. He can't tell anything.
Oh,
I'm gonna walk up to the edge of the stairs and can I roll perception to see if I hear or see anything down there?
Go for it.
Yeah, just for traps and crap.
Okay, Deimos, you do hear some movement down there.
Don't see any tripwires or anything like that.
No, not what you can see. Now it's the light shifts down there, so you're up in the daylight, and it's darker down below, so you can't see everything. You don't have dark vision, but from what you're able to perceive, and you did a really high perception roll. You don't see the stairs look pretty clear.
All right, well, I don't know why I typed it, but I cast light on the cat's armor as like a light.
Okay.
All right, guys, we ready to go down here?
I say we just burn the boat down.
That is true. We could do it, but we don't have a way off the boat.
That's true.
Take one person with me.
Yeah, let's just go down there.
All right, let's do
Maybe
it.
we could keep the boat later and make it ours.
Yeah, we can make our own pirate crew.
Okay. So you guys want to go down? Ashok, do you want to do anything? I know you can't talk right now, but if you want to do anything, you can type it out or let me know.
I'm gonna have my counter spell ready just in case I hear some spell casting. Be ready to
Okay.
shit.
Who's going first? It's a staircase, so you guys can really only go down one at a time.
Actually, shouldn't I go down first because my sword's still on fire? Wouldn't it give us some light?
And you are still raging. You took damage last round, so you're still raging.
Well, no, I think rage lasts a minute, and you said we were up here for
right.
a minute.
That's right. Okay. So who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right. So Balanar's first. Who's after him? Because I'm assuming you guys.
I'll go second.
Are you gonna rush down together, or what are you gonna do?
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna follow Balanar. And I don't know what Elwin and Ashok are gonna do.
Yeah, I'll go right after them.
Okay. All right. So
I say we
Balanar.
stay slightly spaced out just in case there's another little trap.
All right. So
Yeah.
here on this next map. Okay. This is the lower level. Balanar is on the staircase. Deimos is following somewhat behind him, and I'll say Elwin and Ashok you're going to be you're above, obviously, above deck, and you're going to be running down the stairs as well. Okay? Does that sound good to you guys?
Yeah.
All right. Everyone roll initiative. Deimos and Ashok, initiative, please.
Sorry, what are we making these intelligence save?
Initiative.
Initiative.
Oh.
Okay. You guys rush down this this staircase. Balanar, you're going down into the dark. Basically, it's a shift in light, so it takes you a split second for your eyes to catch up to what you're seeing. And what you guys see is that there are two armed combatants standing right in front of you, waiting for you at the bottom of the stairs. And you rush down, Balanar. You're able to stay. You see them in time to not close exactly with them, so you're about 5 feet away from them right now, 5 foot distance. But as you come down, this guy here, he's going to take a move first, and he's going to step up halfway up the stairs, and he's going to reach out to you, and he's going to try to attack you. He pulls out his this longsword, and he's holding a shield, so he's only swinging this longsword one-handed, and he makes 3 attacks. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a hit. He hits you and slashes at you and is able to make contact with your leg as you're coming down the stairs. Okay? From back underneath, further back in the corner of the room, the mage raises his hands, as it's his turn now, raises his hands and casts a spell. Let me just double check how this spell works. It's one of the new spells.
Can I counter this?
You are up on deck. You can't see him.
Okay.
He's underneath and he's off in the corner, tucked in the corner of the room. A 20-foot radius of sphere of whirling air springs into existence, centered on a point you choose. The sphere remains for the spell's duration. Each creature in the sphere, when it appears or that ends its turn there, must succeed on a strength saving throw or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. The sphere's space is considered difficult terrain. And until the spell ends, the sphere maintains and stays there. And until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to cause a lightning bolt to leap from the center of the sphere towards one creature you choose within 60 feet. Make a ranged spell attack, and you have it. Okay. All right. So he reaches his hands up, and he casts this spell. The circle. There we go. It's a 20-foot circle, so it's pretty big. Now it's on the staircase. I'm gonna say it's there. He's not able to get it so it doesn't hit the guards, but it's underneath the deck still. So Elwin and Ashok, it's not really hitting you. Okay? It's basically on the staircase itself. So he casts it. It's called the Storm Sphere. It's this spell. So you guys need to make you 4 need to make a strength saving throw. And it's a DC 15 strength saving throw. Ashok, you're outside of it. You're above deck, so you and Elwin are safe. You're not on the staircase yet. Okay, so Deimos and Balanar, you both save. You take half of this. So you guys both take 9 lightning damage. So go ahead and add 9 lightning damage to yourselves. And the 2 Marines, they make saves. And they both save as well, so they both take 9 lightning damage. Okay, then as his bonus action, he uses the sphere's ability to target you, Balanar, since you're the one he can see. And he misses you with the lightning bolt. The sphere appears. There's whirling gusts of fast-moving wind around you. You see a crack of lightning zap out towards you. You're able to just duck barely as it impacts the banister to your side, and it breaks it in half and splinters it. But you don't get hit by the lightning bolt. It is now your turn.
Going to rage.
Okay.
I yell, bum rush him, so we can both start attacking.
You guys can jump off the sides of the staircase. Basically, it's a single staircase
okay,
going
okay.
down. If you want to
Never
jump
mind
off.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the guy in front of me.
Okay. You hit. Okay, yeah, you lay into him with your flaming greatsword. Oh, you crit him. Oh, snap.
Guess somebody's dead.
These guys are pretty tough. Oh. Oh, you dig deep into him, into his shoulder. You're able to go over his shield. The first blow knocks his shield aside and cuts a big streak of blood across his chest. The second blow comes down onto his armored torso. And even though there's armor there, with your rage and your reckless attack, you dig the sword deep in, and you can see the heavy damage that it's done to him as it caves in some of his armor. Okay.
And then can I jump down on the banister off the banister to come
Yeah.
to about like right here?
Yes, you can.
Actually, yeah, because if I move any further, it's going to provoke, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or well, no, I'll move here to give people space to come down.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, Elwin, you're up.
Is that spell still going downstairs?
That spell is still going. To enter
Okay.
down below, you had to walk into the spell.
Now, if I look through these little grates, can I see down there? Can I
Yes,
see?
you can.
Okay. Would I be able to grab Ashok and Misty Step into like this corner of the room?
For combat purposes, Misty Step can only
Okay, just me.
teleport yourself. Yeah, you had to Dimension Door if you wanted to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just Misty Step down here.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, and with my regular action, I'm gonna Firebolt the mage, see if I can get him to drop the concentration.
Okay. That hits. All right, you hit him in the side with a firebolt, and he makes a concentration save, and he succeeds.
That's my turn.
Okay, Deimos, you're up.
Alright, I'm getting really pissed off at getting blasted with fucking everything this past, like, 20 minutes. So I'm gonna jump down, and then just pretty much sprint over and to this Waterdeep mage and try to punch him.
Okay, so basically you're gonna run down the staircase. Run over
Oh,
to
I
the
was
side.
gonna jump off of it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll say you can do that without provoking attack.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Then I'll just punch him.
All right, go ahead. This guy's pretty nimble actually. He kind of ducks
what a
underneath
bully.
your attack.
Wait, we don't get advantage from Balanar.
No,
Hopes and
he's too
dreams.
far away. Too far away.
And then, well, yeah, I missed with that one. So I'm going to then do my bonus action, which I was going to do for get my spell off for my spiritual weapon, and I'm
Okay.
going to attack him with that.
Okay. So you summon the
Oh
spiritual
my gosh,
chains.
I'm getting these out of the way first. That's what I'm doing.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
And I think that's all I can do. So that's me.
All right. So this will be your spiritual weapon that you summoned. And you're attacking him with it. Ashok, you're up. You're still above deck. To get down below, you're gonna have to run through the storm sphere.
Now, can arrows go through grates, or how does that work in this?
Those are like, yes, everyone is below deck. You're the only one who's still on deck. No, I'm gonna say that the angles aren't really gonna work out.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Ashok, you're still above deck. You're not below yet. So you gotta. The staircase is right here. So you're gonna have to see them. You're gonna have to go to the edge of the staircase. Yeah. So maybe like back here at the top of the staircase, right there. And you can look down and you can see them. Yes, you can only see the Marines from that angle. You're looking basically you're looking down a staircase, and these guys are standing at the bottom of the staircase. That hits. Okay, you plug him with an arrow. Your first shot. That misses. Your second shot sails a little bit low. Actually, with the swirling sphere of energy in front of you, it throws off the trajectory of your arrow just enough so that it whizzes like right by his side. Okay. So now you need to, let's see here, I'll do it for you. You need to make a strength saving throw and take the 23 storm damage. So you fail that throw. So actually I'll roll the storm damage again. So I think I misspoke. Wait, 46. Double check, double check. Oh, no, no. 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, you can move away from it. But having entered it and pull out, I'm going to say you take some of the bludgeoning damage. It's not that much, it's just 5 damage. So yeah, you can move ahead. Go ahead and move, and I'll add damage to you from entering the storm sphere. Okay, that works. Alright, so Marine number 2, seeing you charge at his boss, is going to rush you, Deimos. And he's going to swing in with his...
I remember I don't have it on here because I don't know how to program it, but he has disadvantage on his attacks until he hits me.
Okay, until you're hit by an attack. Euphemia stayed on the boat. She didn't want to attack the Waterdeep soldiers. Okay, so he's gonna swing at you first time with disadvantage. Misses. Second time with disadvantage. Misses as well.
Plus, the bard doesn't like to be called the bard.
I'll think he wanted to type your whole name. And third time he's gonna swing at you with his shield. Oh man, and you know your displacement cloak is just really screwing with his vision. He's seeing double, and he's not able to hit you. Alright, this other guy is going to attack you, Balanar. He likewise tries to hit you with his shield. Jeez, misses. Longsword once, crits you. Longsword again, misses. Okay, the mage is going to use his bonus action to target you, Elwin, since you're the one who hit him with the firebolt, and he recognizes that you're also an arcane caster. Jeez, you guys are seeing all these ones?
Yeah.
Holy
I don't
crap.
know. It's probably just like something in the system because I got those 2 and now there's like, what, 3 more?
It's just bad luck. Holy crap. So, his bonus action, he retargets his spell and tries and misses you, Elwin. But then for his primary action, he's going to raise his hand and he's going to cast a different spell at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna counter that.
Counterspell? Alright,
Wait, what spell is he casting?
he's casting Magic Missile. But
Oh,
he's
okay.
casting it at level 4. So you're going to have to
Never
roll for
mind.
it.
I can't block that.
Would my shield block that? Because it makes me immune from magic missiles.
Oh, it would. Okay, so you
Yeah,
just need
I'm gonna
to...
cast shield.
Okay, so you cast Shield, he casts Magic Missile, and it just totally whiffs out on your shield. Good call. Alright. Balanar, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like plunge my my flaming sword straight through this guy's heart. Marine 1.
Oh, that's probably gonna do it.
Yep.
And has already cracked and split armor from your previous crit. You just dig it in deep and plunge your sword straight into his chest. The flames are burning out, as the sword goes all the way through, and it's still on fire. You can see the flames licking up in front and behind him, and he, scorched and his flesh burning, he collapses down to the ground. Balanar is getting all the crits.
Yeah, I kick him off my sword and go after the other Marine.
Everyone else is rolling ones. Okay. That's a 19. There you go. Very good. And you hit that guy in the side, and he wasn't definitely not expecting that.
And I kind of let out a huge roar, like a draconic roar.
Okay. Very good. Elwin, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 4 sorcery points. I'm gonna teach this guy how you cast a 4th level spell.
Okay.
When Blight.
Okay. He's going to try to counterspell you.
It's a level 4 spell, so
He's gonna have to roll for it. So he needs an intelligence check, 14 or higher. Okay. Alright, so you blight both of them. The mage, he takes the full brunt of it. The other guy is able to shrug off the majority of the damage, or half the damage, but he definitely takes it as well.
that's my turn.
Okay. Deimos, you're up.
Alright,
Wait.
this time I'm... Oh.
Doesn't the mage have to do a concentration
Oh, yeah.
save?
Yes. Okay. Good call.
38.
Oh, 38. So he needs to...
Read it.
Yeah, he needs a 19 or higher on this constitution check. What in the world is going on here?
So,
I just rolled... Holy crap. Okay, so the
But-
storm spell goes away.
by the way, I read something on the wizard's site that might be interesting. I don't know if you knew, but ability checks and saves don't auto fail on a 1,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
don't auto hit on a 20.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun that they do. For my purposes, I kind of treat them as real super failures and super successes. But if you were trying to lift up like a battleship and you say I want to lift that up and move it over there, even if you roll a 20, I'd say nothing happens.
And
It's
what
too
if I
heavy
rolled
for you.
2 20s at the same time?
If that ever happened, we might have to make an exception.
I've seen it happen one time.
Yeah. Okay. The Elwin, that was your turn. Deimos, you're up.
Alright, this time I'm insanely pissed off because now I can't even hit stuff and I'm getting punched with fucking everything. So
Okay.
I'm punching the mage.
No.
No, and I'm gonna use Guided Strike because I can. So
Okay.
add plus 10.
Plus 10, that will hit. Okay. What happens? Describe what happens.
Well, I'm just pissed off and furious at this point. Like, I don't know what's going on. I see people just flailing everywhere. I see Balanar just chopping people apart. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I need to go do something. So I try to hit him, but I miss. And I think Tempest like moves my hand a little bit, so I nick him in the chin and just knock him out.
Yeah. So you're doing non-lethal? Or
Oh,
you
sorry.
actually-
Knocked his throat out. He's super dead.
Okay.
Pissed off at this guy.
Okay. Alright. So he is busted up.
And then my weapon's gonna attack that guard there.
Okay. It hits. There you go. Okay, so your spiritual weapons flies around, redirects itself, and actually strikes a decent blow across it.
And then, sorry, give me 1 second, have a second.
Sure.
To make sure I'm reading this right. And I'm going to use my... Oh, never mind. It has to be the same target. I lied. Never mind then. That's going to be...
Okay. You're, Ashok, you see that the storm spell that was on the staircase has dissipated. It is not there anymore. And it is your turn now. Okay,
Oh, wait.
You run downstairs. I'll say that you'd have to pull her out in advance, kind of, or it would take... Yeah, next turn. Let me think about how that would work. Yeah,
You could just do it like drawing or stowing a weapon. It's a free action.
Yeah.
She's her own. I mean, I could just...
Yeah.
We could just play it as, like, the GM's discretion if she really uses it or not, because she's not really a playable character.
Yeah, it'd be up to her whether she decides or not, but right now she's stowed in your little pouch. And she's kind of happy there. Okay, yeah. So in the future, you can pull her out, and you can ask her to do things. She'll be like your familiar, basically. She'll act like your familiar. But
Okay.
She'll have her own intelligence. She's an NPC, so there may be times she doesn't. Alright, go ahead, Ashok. Alright, you run down the stairs and bust this guy in the back. An arrow sticking straight out of his back. Direct hit. Punching straight through his armor, actually. Your longbows are super powerful. Second shot flies out. And I think you need a d6 on that too. Yeah. Okay, so I'll add 5 damage to that. Okay. I believe that's your turn. This guy's going to keep coming at you, Deimos. With disadvantage. Just because.
Yep.
Jeez. I'll hit you at least once. Ha! Got you. Oh, no, that was advantage. Crap. Clicked the wrong one. Oh, man. Nope, not gonna happen. Alright, Balanar.
I don't know if you're gonna allow this, but I kind of grab him with one hand by the throat, and since I'm raging and I'm a lot stronger, with my other hand I swing at the diagonal again, trying to cleave him in half with my sword.
Okay, he's really low on hit points, so I'll say that if you kill him with this attack, it will do that. Oh, reaching for him, he deflects your first attempt with his shield.
Oh, good thing I get another swing.
Yep. Okay. There you go. Oh, so yeah, that does it. He's got exactly 1 hit point left, so I'm gonna say that. You grab him and you drive your sword down, and in your cleave, and you're not able to do exactly what you wanted to. He resists enough because he dodged the first blow, and you come at him the second time, but you bring it down and you hit his neck instead of his coming down on his torso, and you hack half of his head off, but you don't get the exact desired effect, but it finishes him. He's done. Okay. So you guys have cleared this deck. Looking around, you see another staircase going to the lowest level of the ship, basically the bilge hold. And there's a door here. And there's a door here.
I'm gonna actually move my spiritual weapon over there, and have my spiritual weapon attempt to knock down the door while everyone else is away from it.
Yeah, I'm gonna move away from it.
Alright, roll it. Roll me an attack. Just straight spiritual weapon attack.
Like to hit or damage?
Can I try to mage hand it open first to see if it's unlocked?
Yeah, you can. Okay. So you cast Mage Hand, Elwin, and the door swings open. You guys can see... I'll just reveal the whole thing. Okay. This is... Let me just double check here. It's a supply room. Inside, you guys can see crates and barrels and stuff. There's like rope and tackle and an extra set of sails, and there's boxes of rations and like dried salted meats and fruits and that kind of stuff.
Alright. Is there
I'll
any
try to-
doors down these stairs?
Checking for traps. Obviously, I see nothing.
There's nothing. There's no traps here. Okay, so you're going for the other door, Deimos?
Yeah, I was gonna try to have my weapon start hacking that.
Okay. It takes a little bit of time, but it also you're able to overcome that door. And in here, you guys look in and you see this is basically their personal chambers. Although this is where the crew slept, so it's lined with a lot of bunk beds and small like dresser type cabinets and that kind of stuff for personal effects. There's beds and stuff all over here. You don't see or hear anything. Everyone, this whole floor is deserted.
Oh, even below us and everything?
Well, you haven't
From the
gone
sounds
below
of it.
yet.
Oh, I meant like I was trying to like listen. I don't know if we use perception or survival.
perception?
What you use?
Okay. With that perception check, you hear a little bit of something downstairs, almost like someone whispering. So it's a faint. You're just like suspect you hear something since he's whispering to himself down below, and you're a whole floor away, but you're able to pick up just a little bit of something. There's
Is
someone
there
down there.
a door for these stairs down, or can I
Nope.
try to like
It's just a
peek
straight.
down them?
It's just a straight doorway, a straight staircase.
All right, I tell Captain Fluffy Paws, I'm like, hey, if you can, it's up to you because you're a grown-ass woman. If you could blast those motherfuckers, if there's anyone down there that looks threatening.
Okay, then what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna tell these guys, it's like, well, we might as well check it out. What do you guys think?
Let's go.
All right, so I'm gonna start walking down,
Okay.
like very cautiously while keeping looking out.
All right. You guys walk down, and let me just transfer you all to this next map area. You come down here, and you round, and you. Oh, 1 second. So this is the lowest level of the ship, basically. You guys come down here, and walking off the staircase, you see it's the bilge hole. It's small. The roof is really low. It's about 5 feet high, so you have to crouch down a little bit to get down there. But you all make your way down the stairs.
Do we see anything?
From here, no. But as you round the corner, around this side, you look up this way, and there's obviously some stuff going on in this other area. From where you guys are standing right now, you can't quite see much past these barrels.
I'm gonna try to climb over the barrels.
Okay, you have to move them to the side since the ceiling is pretty low.
Oh, that's cool. You can actually move them.
Yeah, you
Ah,
push them out of
well.
the side, you push them away, and this is what you see. The captain of the ship is off back tucked in the corner, amongst some other barrels. He's there muttering to himself. He says, "Stop where you are. Come no further."
I said, okay, as I heal myself.
As you lay hands on yourself, he says, "I don't know who you be, but I am Tyrone. I am the captain of this ship. This official naval scouting vessel of Waterdeep. Are you with those pirates? You must be."
I was like, honestly, we don't know what's going on. They said they were going to take us somewhere to go talk to people, and then you guys start attacking the shit out of us, and it's really pissing me off.
And yet here you are, killing all of my crew, and coming down to end my life as well. Well, I'll not have it, I tell you.
Okay.
I was here on official military business, scouting mission. And if I cannot accomplish my task, well, hell, I'll be going down with my ship.
I was like, well, what do you want out of this? Like, why would the pirates attack you? What are you doing in there? And they said that you were in their water. Why are you in their water?
Because we're at war, man. Me and the two of us ships were sent on a mission. A mission to scout out information on what those damn bastard pirates are doing. And yes, we're in their waters. But we were never supposed to be caught.
I was like, well, I mean, what do you want us to do?
You? It's too late for that. I want you to get out of here. Or die with me.
Why would we die with you?
Because I'd be going down with my ship, man.
Well, is your ship going down? I'm like, we were sent here we're on a covert operation sent from some random person in your government to go take some of these pirates out. We had like two in particular. And you kind of just disrupt us. That's why there's really not a need for this.
And yet here you are, killing off my crew.
That's because they attacked us and they're assholes. I don't know what you guys teach these people, but they don't listen. They just shoot and attack.
Don't come any closer. Roll me a deception check. You can guide yourself.
I can't. It's a concentration. Nope. I'm real bad.
He doesn't buy it. He says, I know one thing. You're lying. But I know another. You don't look like those scum pirates. So I'll give you one chance to explain who you are. Else I kill us all.
Alright, just give me 1 second. I asked Balanar, Elwin, and Ashok, what do you think we should do? As I'm whispering, should we attack this guy or should we leave him?
Balanar's still raging. He says we should slit his throat. Ask questions later.
I'm gonna roll. Can I roll perception to see if these barrels are filled with like that explodes or something?
Yeah, I kind of want to see that too.
It's pretty obvious. They're stamped with various insignias from that are obviously not the Waterdeep Navy's insignia.
Right.
They didn't originally belong to them, and you can see some pouring out from the sides of some of them are cracked, and they were thrown in here hastily. They're identical to the casks of Dragon's Breath powder that you saw aboard Marina and Kian Mei's ships.
Alright, I asked Elwin and Ashok if they could both try to talk this guy down just a little bit, because I'm going to try to surprise attack him as I wrestle him to the ground.
I can try to restrain him. I can try to web him.
1 second. Please be level 2.
Okay. The other boat is pretty far away, hundreds of yards.
I'm gonna try to persuade him to come upstairs. Tell him, well, why don't you come and talk with us upstairs where there's a little bit more light?
As like, while he's talking to him, I'm also going to be trying to help, and very nonchalantly walking over to him in a very unthreatening way. But if he does anything threatening whatsoever, I'm going to try to use a hold person spell on him.
Okay, he says, "Stop where you are! You're a bunch of liars. You're in cahoots with the pirates. I'll have none of that."
I start kind of growling menacingly, and I go, "Hey, look, we were trying to come over here to talk to you. Your stupid idiot mage started shooting some, I don't know what the fuck he was shooting at us, and that kind of pissed us off. So either you come over here and talk to us, or shit's gonna hit the fan.
Roll persuasion. Okay, so Deimos, you're gonna try to cast Hold Person on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Balanar,
cast web in that corner then as well.
Okay, so so you
And I
charge
charge forward.
You charge forward. So he needs to make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, or be restrained, or be paralyzed, basically. So here's his Wisdom saving throw. He's got a +1 to Wisdom. So this.
Come on. Get a bad roll. Get those ones.
Here we go. Okay, so as you rush forward, Deimos, you cast Hold Person on him, and you paralyze him. And as you get up close to him, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Is that perception?
Yes, perception. Okay, you notice two things. First of all, off to in his one hand, you see a binder holding like a paper binder, and he's like clutching close to him. All right, close to him. So it's filled with papers. All right.
Well, I plan to, like, as he was binding down, just to pretty much wrestle him to the ground and drag him over to the middle of the ship.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
Balanar is gonna walk over there and help wrestle him down as his rage starts calming down.
Okay. You guys rush over, and the other thing you notice, Deimos, as you grab him and pull him away, he moves forward, and you see what used to be a coil of oil-soaked rope, but is now just a sliver of it, as it has burned away when he lit the end, and as he was stalling for time talking to you, as it's burnt up, and the flame leaks up the side of the barrel and enters the cask. There's
Booking it.
burst of flame. There's a shocking roar as the powder explodes. The entire boat caught up in this massive conflagration and this hellish blast as it blows up.
Time to roll new characters.
I hope
Everybody
not.
takes 33 fire damage.
I'm resistant.
You are resistant, so you take half.
It's at 33.
33. The boat is torn in half. You guys are ducking. You're able to hide behind barrels and duck behind like the mast and that kind of stuff. So some of you are able to dodge the sheer impact of this blast, but the ripple of energy rips through the ship. It splits it in half, and it's basically just driftwood, and all that's left is driftwood and debris. Okay. So did everyone take damage? 33?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
Is he still alive?
Oh no, he died.
He better have died.
I
He's gonna-
gave you damage, Ashok. Okay, so the ship is blown up. You guys all splash off into the water.
Is there any, because all boats have a bunch of lifeboats on them. Can we jump into a lifeboat?
Not into a lifeboat. The boat is trashed. But you guys are able to grab onto like floating parts of the boat, so you're able to find the masthead, basically, Deimos, and grab onto it to keep yourself from sinking. And you're all
Okay.
just drifting there in the middle of the ocean.
How long are we drifting for?
It takes a while for the rest of the boats to come get to you, and some time goes by, probably 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. The main ships finally catch up. They saw the explosion, and they kind of slowed up their advance a little bit to figure out what happened. But a couple of druids came up to you and said, like, "Fear not. We will come save you. You look stable for now. The ships are on their way." And they kind of swim off.
Well, before they go, I tell them it's like, well, there was that one section of the ship which was sealed off, so it's probably under the water by now.
Yeah, the ship is... it's obliterated. Okay. You guys are sitting there in the water. 10 minutes goes by. You see the golden sun pull up, and Euphemia is there, standing on the prow of the ship, just kind of looking at you disappointed, just scowling at you and shaking her head. As some
How'd
people
you
on
know?
board, they toss off some lines towards you and start reeling you in. Okay.
Man, I ask whoever's on the boat to heal us unless we can get a full day's rest.
Okay. Later that night, I'll give you guys a short rest. But there we go. Okay. Later that evening, Kianmei and Marina finally return. They had captured the other ship. Well, they had killed everyone aboard it, and they had essentially captured the ship. That one they were able to keep from being blown up. And actually, that one had no stolen powder in its hold. They return to the rest of your fleet, and they come back and they say, you get a knock on your cabin doors. They say, if you all are well, there's a pirate there. He says, if you all are well, the captains would like to have a word with you.
Okay.
You guys all go over to the single ship. You guys all go over to the Golden
Question,
Sun.
DM.
Yes.
Did I able to find anything on the ship in the captain's thing like I was talking about?
Able to find what?
I put in the chat that I was going to look through her office.
Oh, I missed that. Let me see what you said.
Long time ago.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry. What were you looking for?
I was just going to sneak into her office and see if I could find any paperwork or anything that would help us, in any way at all.
Okay, so this is Kianmei's ship that you're looking at, right?
Yep.
Okay. You walk into the office. So while everyone is off there, you sneak into the office. I'll say that you're able to, with everyone distracted, and you're gonna try to stealth your way in there? Do it
Yeah.
quietly. If you burn the invisibility use on your lyre, I'll say you're able to do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna make you roll for it to go in undetected.
Sure.
Okay. So you burn the invisibility usage on your lyre, and you sneak into her cabin. You enter there, and it's a pretty. There's nice belongings there. You can tell that she's definitely. So this is Kianmei we're talking about. She definitely comes from nobility. There's fine decorations. There's some intricate, ornate jewelry and little statuettes. There's a corner of the room that is set up as a shrine. You're not able to identify it to tell exactly what god or what religion she belongs to. But there's a lot of nice stuff.
Even with my
It
massive
smells like.
religion check.
All right, roll me the religion then. Roll it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, it's not a dark
Connection
shrine.
lost.
It's
Error. Connected. Channel switched.
Okay, everyone's timing out, so I don't
Okay.
know what's going on.
I just got back. I got disconnected.
Someone else got disconnected too.
It looks like all we're missing is Elwin.
Oh, he'll be back.
Okay. I'm looking at the shrine, Euphemia. It is dedicated. You recognize some of the inscriptions and some of the totems that are there. It's dedicated to the god Merkel. I'll type his name in chat. This is a, all these gods are worshipped, and they sometimes they have different names and different iterations. But you're able to basically with your religion check, track it down and say that you believe that this is a shrine to the god Merkel, and he is the overseer of death, the passing from one life to the next. He's not an evil god per se. He's a very neutral god. But you also know that because of your world experience and knowledge, that Merkel is the patron god of Borthall, the pirate country. Now she worships a certain aspect of him that's tuned into her Tian culture, but it is indeed that god. Okay, looking around, everything is in her language. Any kind of documents and paperwork you find, and you do find some. You find what looks like some private stationery, some personal letters. You find some official-looking documents sealed and that kind of stuff. But it is all in a foreign language.
How good am I at making some quick copies of anything that looks important?
How are you going? Are you going to do it by hand, or are you going to try something else? Because it basically looks like this.
Or couldn't I still copy that? I might not understand it, but I could copy just the symbols. I mean, trying to make a good enough copy for someone to read.
Okay. You're gonna have to. It's gonna take some time to do that, and you're gonna have to find some ink and stuff like that.
I got ink, I think.
Okay. I'll let you.
Because I had the diplomat pack, so that came with like ink and quill and paper and all that junk.
Do you have any abilities that would? Because this is gonna be pretty difficult. But do you have any abilities or techniques that you'd like to use to try to make this easier?
No, I just don't think I have anything that could make it easier.
Okay. So I'm going to say you're able to you rifle through the materials and you look and you find one particularly official looking document, and you do your best to scribe it and transfer it over. Just roll me a quick this will be straight intelligence check to see how much of the information you're able to get over in the time that you have, the time window that you have.
Ability check?
Intelligence. Yeah, intelligence ability check. Okay, you're able to, and actually, it takes some effort because the language and the script itself is completely foreign to you. But using your ink pen and a piece of parchment that you had with you, you're able to get it transferred pretty well. At least that you think it'd be readable to someone who knows the language.
How about this? If you give me any advantage on it, how can I make like I can never say this. Prestidigitation to make a copy of something, because I can write a small mark and then use that copy to write over it. Kind of like a stencil.
I'll say that. Well, you rolled about as good as you could on that check there. So within the time frame
I'm
that
just
you
saying.
had,
A little advantage or something like that.
yeah. Within the time frame that you had, I'll say you're able to get a copy of this document.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you rolled really well on that intelligence check, so you got it. Okay.
I'll make sure I put everything back the way it was, and I'll use prestidigitation again to make sure there's nothing left behind to mark my passing.
Okay. You clean up after yourself as well as you can. and you still within the confines of invisibility, since that spell lasts pretty long. And I'll say that for our purposes, the prestidigitation did not break it, did not break your invisibility. You sneak out of the room. That's while everyone was fighting. All right. That evening, the two ladies, the pirate lords, or the pirate ladies, I guess, have called you into a meeting, and they want to talk to you guys. You all okay with going?
Yep.
Okay, you guys head over to the Golden Sun, which is the Asian-looking ship, and you are shown to a basically their dining hall, but the dining hall has kind of been cleared. There's no one else in it, so there's a fairly large table, and you're able to sit around it with Kianmei and Marina, and it's just the two of them. And they invite you to come over and sit, and they have some food and ale set out already. Okay.
What you ladies want?
I'll just show pictures, since I like showing pictures. So there you are conversing with them. They say, "Come," Marina says, "Come, sit. Sit. It was quite the adventure today. From where we were, we saw the explosion aboard the ship, and we knew that something dangerous and drastic had happened. But we are certainly much appreciative of you for putting your bodies and yourselves in harm's way. Thank you. Thank you. We would not have been able to take out both ships, capture both ships, were it not for you. We have been traveling some 4 full days now, and with the tides and the winds behind us, we are actually making good ground. We expect to be at this island of skulls tomorrow night. Kian and I here would like to speak with you, so you would know what to expect at the council meet. The pirate lords are volatile, and some of them are quite dangerous individuals. Powerful, dark, chaotic, some of them are. And we thought it best to prepare you. But before we do so, do you have any questions for us, or is there anything that you'd like to say or know from us? Especially perhaps concerning the Navy ships that we encountered earlier this day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, the captain didn't seem like he was an evil guy. I was just wondering why you guys hated you guys so much. And also, he had some of your dragon powder, whatever it's called.
Indeed. Indeed. To put it bluntly, we are at war. And often in war times, there are good and bad people on both sides. No one is completely innocent or completely evil. I know those men were just doing their jobs, but for the safety of our nation and our own clans, they could not be allowed to escape and return with the information that they had captured. Here, she pulls out a similar looking binder to what you saw clutched in the captain's grasp before the ship blew up. We captured this off of the captain on the other ship. Yeah, she would. You just have to ask her. And at that, Kianmei begins to speak in her language. But as before, you're able to understand what she's saying. You can tell that it's a purposeful action on her part to speak and have everyone around her be able to understand, even though it's a different language. She says, those sailors were sent to gather information about our navies and our fleet. They had captured information about our meeting. the Pirates Council and its location. They knew that all 7 pirate lords would be in attendance here, and she shows you some documents. And here, they had gathered a map of the Island of Skulls, its location, its defenses, and its layout. And as you know, they had even managed to steal a cache of our Dragon's Breath powder, to take it back to Waterdeep to be analyzed. It was fortunate indeed that we came upon them as we did, and that we were able to stop them. You're a little bit surprised hearing her speak to you directly, because basically in the past weeks, 2 weeks that you've known her, she hasn't said anything, even a whisper, to any of you. And now she's engaging in full conversation.
Well, ask her if she knows about those pirates that we were warned about. If she knows anything about them.
Which pirates? Do you have it? Do you know
Shoot.
specifically?
Let me try to find my... I have a notepad somewhere where I wrote their names down. The ones that Mr. Brook told us about.
Oh. Okay. He said he told you to be aware of Shen Lim.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Hold on. Let me go back to my normal typeface. Okay. As soon as you mention the name, her eyes narrow, her posture changes, and you can tell it obviously means something to her.
It's like, well, we were just told by a bad guy to watch out for this guy, which means he might be a really bad guy. So, yeah.
Her hands start trembling, and you can see the resolve in her face kind of like tighten up. Marina raises her hand and she says, "Allow me to answer this for you, May." She turns to you all. She says, "Shen Lim is one of the 7 pirate lords. He will be at the meet tomorrow. He is May's older brother, or at least he was. In times past, he broke away from the Qian family, a noble house that they are. They valued honor and trade and the preservation of culture. But Shen would have none of that. He was by nature greedy and ruthless. He thirsted for power, and he wanted to do anything that he could to achieve it. In doing so, he sold off, or rather betrayed, some of his family's assets in order to acquire his own personal gain. He betrayed their father, and as a result was disowned. He now has fought his way into a position of leadership and power on the Pirates Council, yes, but he has his own tribe. He is no longer part of the Qian family or their line of nobility. But as you can see, May here is greatly affected and deeply hurt. She desires nothing more than to bring justice to her estranged brother and restore some sense of honor to her family's name. Shen is a dangerous individual. He may not be the most powerful on the Pirate Council, although he is powerful, but he is likely the craftiest.
Okay. Just wondering. By the way, I know you guys probably have a stash of stuff, but do you guys have any healing potions or whatnot you can give us?
To give, no. But we can give you healing. We are healers by trade, after all, my clan anyway.
Okay. Well, what do you want us to do at this Pirate Council?
That is up to you. You are brought here on behest of King Reginald in Hasselin. You are to speak with his voice. You know what we desire, what the pirates desire of you, what our council has asked. We have asked to enlist Hasselin's aid in the war. What you decide to say and do is of your own accord. You will to decide that. But we do have some things we would like to share first. There is a code amongst the pirates. A code that none of us break. At least, none of us ever have. And you should know what it is. For you, you are not pirates. You are not of us. You are foreigners, you are strangers. So you will have to behave as such. Number 1, know your place. Do not provoke. Do not instigate. Pirates are, in the middle of a pirate meet, of a council meet, pirates are forbidden from attacking or battling each other. However, that rule does not extend to foreigners. So I ask of you, please, do not provoke the pirates there, the pirates' lords. Rule number 2 of the code. Agreements between pirates are always kept. Else, the failure, the one who has broken the pact, is met with death by all pirates. All pirates will seek him. That is the second rule of the code. And the final rule of the code is that a captain's word, so long as he draws breath, his word is absolute. That is what you should know of us. Do you guys have any other questions before she goes on?
I don't. You guys?
No, I don't.
Okay. She says, then let me tell you of the other pirate lords. Well, first you know us. I am Marina Azaral. From a clan of druids. We are one of the clans of Borthall, and my father, Baragor, was mighty indeed and well respected. But he was killed, not so long ago, by an admiral of the Waterdeep Imperial Navy. Vorselin was his name. Murdered outright, with no provocation, and no just cause. I have succeeded him, my father. I am the newest amongst the council, and some would say the weakest. Certainly the most naive and inexperienced. And they treat me as such. May, here, is the princess of the Golden Sun, revered and noble. Her father is old and is no longer fit to lead, so she has taken his place. She is strong, fast, and confident. Her brother, Shen Lim, I have already spoken of. He leads the Dragon's Fang. He is the Lord of the Shadow Spire. Greedy, power-hungry, and ruthless. He has been known to betray those he works with closely. And he often works behind the scenes. Some suspect that he has alliances and allegiances that stretch beyond Borthall. But none have brought that accusation to his face and lived to tell of it. While you are there, you will meet Sasseline of the Creeping Blight. She is of a species from below the waves. A half-human. Half-fish folk. She is battle-hardened. She is strong. And more importantly, the flotilla that she commands is made up of species and warriors from beneath the ocean floors. Some of those at her command are indeed powerful and fierce. You will encounter Mozab, he of many eyes, an aberration, a monstrosity, whose ship, the Behemoth, sails beneath the waves. He is evil incarnate. He is of twisted mind and enjoys enslaving the minds of weaker creatures to do his bidding. There is Whitebeard of the Corpse Scow, a giant of a man when he was a living, and now in death he commands legions of undead. Incredibly powerful, chaotic in nature, and evil. He certainly has his own designs and ambitions in this world. And finally, the seventh, Antares Saber. He has no clan, he has no crew, but he has won great respect in the eyes of the Council. Unparalleled in battle, and dangerous. He is said to have slain a kraken on his own, that mythical sea creature. He has his own agenda. He marches to his own tune, one might say. He steps in line and follows no one. But when he commits himself to a task or to a cause, none can stay his hand. That is who you shall encounter tomorrow. Beware. Beware. Okay? So, just for your guys' own record keeping, there's Marina. She's the druid, a water genasi. There's Kian Mei. She's the Tien female of the Golden Sun. Okay. The next one she told you about was Shen Lim, Lord of the Shadowspire. There's Sasseline, of the Creeping Blight, and the commander of deep sea creatures. There's Mozab. He sails the behemoth that dwells beneath the waves, and he's the one of the many eyes. There's Whitebeard of the Corpse Scow, and then there's Antares Saber. Okay. Any questions?
Nope.
All right. These guys are they're all characters, and you may have you'll have to interact with some of them, certainly. But depending on what you guys do, you'll have to. The future is pretty open-ended. If you guys decide to go to war with them, if you decide to try to ally yourself with some of them, if you try to manipulate or bargain or whatever you want to do in the future, the future is pretty open-ended, but these characters are going to be the primary ones that you're dealing with, and they all have their own abilities and everything. Okay. All right. You guys retreat to your rooms, and you get a long rest. The next day comes around. The sailing is actually pretty smooth. And then, as evening falls, you guys see it on the on the horizon. Kian Mei actually points it out to you. She says, "There, there, in the distance, behold, the Island of Skulls." Okay. So, you guys, if you wanted to, we can take a quick 2-minute break while Deimos gets back, and then you guys are headed to the Pirate Council meet. I gotta go take a quick leak. All right, 2-minute break. So who's still here? So Ashok had to go. Where did Elwin go?
For some reason, it seemed like he had like one of those computer updates or something.
Elwin did?
That's what it seemed like, because it did the whole thing where it cut off the sound and then it went to his all the programs and stuff.
Gotcha. Let me see.
So
if
who knows?
I can reach him on phone.
I mean, for interrogations and meetings and stuff, we got Euphamia, which is pretty much the only person we actually need.
Okay, so I texted Elwin, so we'll see what's going on. Alright, and Balanar is having storms in his area, so he said his internet might cut out at any second. But we'll see how it goes on.
No shit. Balanar, where are you
User
at?
Disconnected from your channel.
South Florida.
Sorry, what was that?
South Florida.
Oh shit. Yeah, I bet there's storms there all the time.
Yep. I can't really enjoy Pokemon Go because of it.
Yeah, I heard Florida was like one of the worst places. That in Arizona. It's mainly because like the crazy heat.
Alright, so Elwin, he's probably having computer problems or something. At least I didn't see a message from him, but I wasn't really looking carefully. So let's just go on with this, and they can catch up. So you guys make it to the Island of Skulls. It's not a very large island, but it does have some trees and a lot of jutting rock cliffs. As you guys dock, you pull around the side of the island, the west side of the island, and you find a natural cove where the ships pull in, and around you see dozens and dozens of other ships. And even as you're approaching the island, you saw ships all around, coming from lots of different directions. As you pull into this little cove, this harbor area, you see lots of other ships of different makes, of different designs, and obviously different functions. All sorts, dozens of them, all over, docked in different areas. Your groups find a spot. They set shore. Their anchors are let down, and the pirate lords, the Kian Mei and Marina, they both get off the ship, and a few of their crew come with them, and you guys come as well. They each bring about a dozen of their most trusted crew members and fellow officers, and you guys start moving towards the center of the island. Making way up, you guys. It's a decent hike. I'd say about a mile hike to the center of the island, and it's upwards because the center the island is actually it juts out. The center of the island juts out above the waves. So you guys are hiking uphill, and at some points the road narrows, so you're walking side by side, and the way is actually fairly rough over rocky terrain. But looking down, you see that this place is not called the Isle of Skulls for nothing. There are scattered bones and skeletons everywhere. Most of them are human-looking, but you see some odd creatures that you recognize and some that you don't. Large beasts of burden and some giant birds of prey. You see some what could only be the bones of enormous sea creatures, and of course scattered around them skulls and skulls, hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of skulls of people mostly, but also these creatures. There's an unearthly eeriness to this place. You can't quite put a finger on it, but there's an unnatural stillness and quiet to the area. Not a lot of natural wildlife. The soil is a little dark, not quite black, but it's darkened. As you're climbing the hill to the center of the island, you encounter several other pirate crews that are heading in that direction also. Balanar sides up, kind of comes up from behind you. He's walking in the same direction, but is a large humanoid pirate. He's a Goliath, obviously. He's determined, and as he's hiking forward, he actually kind of accidentally bumps into your side and bumps your shoulder a little bit. He looks down at you and says, "Hey, sorry about that. Didn't mean no harm."
I give him the stank eye and just let out a little growl.
He says, no need to be mean about it. After all, there's no fighting allowed here. At least not amongst those pirates." He reaches out his hand. "Name's Tromag." And he's tall. He's about 9 feet tall. So he's got multiple feet on you. He's a Goliath. He reaches out his massive hand in a handshake.
I shake his hand, but still keep giving him the stank eye.
Says, all right. I know you, Dragonborn. You got your mind sets on things. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Got some work to do. What's your business here?
We're here to just watch.
Lucky you. Me, I'm here to settle a debt. Might be we meet up on the top side, huh?
Might be. What debt are you here to settle?
A debt that only one thing can pay. And he taps the great spear on his back. He says, "See you around, dragon." And he hikes up ahead of you. You guys ride, crest over the top of the hill. Elwin said that his internet went out and he's on the phone with Time Warner right now.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Time Warner sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys hike for a little bit longer, and finally you make it to the top of the hillside. And you look down, and it's actually like a bowl-shaped geographic structure, a large bowl-shaped thing. There was some semblance of like a dried-up lake or something in the center of this island, and down in the center of what used to be a lake, at the bottom of this blackened bowl, is the pirate meat. You see a large ring of individuals gathered there at the center. Marina points out ahead and says, "They've already begun to gather. Come now. Let us go. Remember what I said aboard the ship." And then they start making their way down. You make your way down. It's I don't know, 500 feet down the side of this embankment. You get to the center of this blackened clearing at the bottom of this dried up lake. And there's a large stone table. It's crudely cut out, but it's a large stone cut out at the size of a table, a round table. And in the center of this stone table, there's a hollowed out area, and it's basically they've made it into a brazier, and there's heated coals in there, and there's wood on top of it. So it's quite the large flame, and it lights the area around it. Around the table is are the spots for the pirate lords, and further out from that, in a larger concentric circle around the table, you can see the crews and attendants standing, some 30 feet back from the table, but they're standing down there. So if I were to draw this for you guys real quick, it would look something like. So at the center of this bowl area, is the table, and there's the fire in the middle, and the pirate lords are set to stand around it. And then further back are the lines where the crews from various factions stand. Okay, kind of like that. And this distance here is about 30 feet. Okay. Marina and Kian Mei make their way to the center and stand at the table. And as they head over in that direction, you see two individuals already around the table. The first is a large. She's at full extension. She's probably, you'd say 15 feet long, but her humanoid form is about the size of a normal person. She's her rough, skewed, scaled body bears the scars of many battles, and her eyes glow a crimson red. This is Sasseline of the Creeping Blight. To her right is an aberration, a floating aberration with stalks of eyes springing out from its side, and in the center, where you gather would have been a larger central eye, there's rather a patch that covers that area, and it's obvious that it had big been deeply wounded, and that eye had been gouged out. This is Mozab of the Many Eyes.
It's a beholder, I take it?
That is a beholder.
Yeah, so do we know that? Well,
Yeah.
I guess we would, right?
Yeah, you guys know. So Mozab is a beholder. Sassaline is a she's a mermaid. A mermaid, but her fish half is actually really long. It's not a snake, but it's just a really long fish-like tail. As Marina and Kian Mei approach the circle, you hear Mozab speak. He says, "I see the ladies know the meaning of punctuality at least. I'll wager the rest of these fuckers wouldn't know the time if it were tattooed on their peckers. Not that I mind being surrounded by such lovely ladies and creatures as yourself, that is." And his eyes all swing around and they focus on Marina and Kian Mei. All of them very creepily following them as they approach the council. And you can see his like long slimy tongue kind of lick his lips. And Marina and Kian, they have kind of a disgusted look on their face. And they don't say anything, but they nod their presence, and they acknowledge what he said. And you can tell that there's a little bit of discomfort.
User
second-
joined your channel.
A second goes by, and oh hey, welcome back, man. You made it.
I set up my hotspot from my phone.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
You guys are at the Pirate Council. They just met the first two Pirate Lords. A second goes by as the four of them, Kian Mei, Marina, Sassaline, and Mozab, are standing around the center. And then there's a puff of black smoke. And you see wisps of dark energy and dust fly off around as another individual suddenly appears at his spot. You hear a voice say, "Well, well, sister. I see that little shitball has his eyes on you. Perhaps I should start discussing a dowry with him. I'm sure I could get quite the sum for selling you." And Shen Lim enters the table. Kian Mei is even more disturbed, and you can see the glare in her eyes as she looks at him. She says, "Stop your senseless prattle, brother. No, you are no brother of mine. Were it not for the pirate code, I swear I would..." Shen says. He snarls, "You would do nothing. Come now, Mei. We both know you wouldn't stand a chance against me." And then there's awkward silence. Some time goes by. 10 minutes. 15 minutes. Mozab is there muttering to himself. And his eyes are swinging around looking. He seems to really like staring at the females of various species. He'll focus on Marina for a while, and then over to Kian Mei, and he's got this really lewd smile on his face. 20 minutes. 30 minutes go by. What cat? Your cat?
Yeah, she's a lady.
Oh, he hasn't seen her.
Oh, those are fighting words right there.
Okay. And then you guys hear, after half an hour goes by, and Mozab keeps complaining about the pirate's lack of punctuality. You can tell it's really bothering him. You guys hear a thump, 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 coming from out of the north. Thump. And you hear the patter of what must be hundreds and hundreds of footsteps falling into place behind. And over the edge of the basin that makes up the lake shore of this ancient lake that is now dried up, you see a large creature come forward. His hair is long and wispy and white. His beard is braided and hacked, but still has that shock of whiteness. His eyes glow a brilliant white. He's probably about 10 feet tall. His shoulders are broad. His armor and his clothing is at one time was ornate and powerful, but now it has this blackness of decay to it. His sword, which is sheathed at his side, has trails of black flame leaking off of it. He comes over the crest, and behind him are hundreds and hundreds of corpse-like skeletal creatures following behind him. He says in a voice that echoes and booms, but also scratches and scrapes at the edge of your consciousness. My apologies for the tardiness. I found some folks what needed killing on the way here. But now, let's get down to business. And he approaches the pirate table. There are 6 beings in front of you now. 6 pirate lords. And as he approaches the table, he looks around. He says, "Where the fuck is Antares? Has he no respect for the Pirates' Council?" And off, actually, above you all, you hear a voice say, "Well, I knew undead were stupid. Ha! I didn't know they were blind as well. I've been here the whole time, Whitey." And off, seemingly out of nowhere, above you, you look up and you see standing on nothing, floating in the air, is the 7th Pirate Lord.
Does he look familiar?
Nope.
Okay,
he
good.
dives off of the invisible pedestal that he was standing on, does a graceful flip in the air before landing with a shattering impact on the stone ground, his feet caving in and cracking the earth beneath him. And he steps up to the table.
I give him the buddy Jesus. Because I thought that was pretty damn cool.
He said, Whitebeard says, "You fucking shitmonger! I have a mind to rip that insolent tongue out of your tiefling half-breed head right here and now." And Terry's just stares at him. All you can see is his glowing black eyes, obsidian eyes from beneath his mask. He says, "Come at me, rot for brains. It's about time you died again, isn't it?" And there's a brief pause. Then Whitebeard breaks. He says, "Ha ha 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 ha! Humor! I like it! Even in a place like this, the Island of Skulls, I like it. Mozab, let's get to business." Mozab, he stutters a little bit, his tongue kind of like hanging out of his mouth. He says, yes, of course. Let the 5th Pirates Council meet. Come to order. All are present and accounted for, I assume. He looks around, and they all nod. None are absent, yes. And suddenly, as he's talking, He says, "The first order of business that we have to discuss here are..." And then, bursting from the sidelines, Balanar, you see him move first. A large Goliath form comes charging out of the sidelines with a great spear held out in front of him, locked in the step, and he charges out, shouting with a great war cry, thundering towards the center of the ring. Before anyone can react, he reaches the center, and you can tell he's heading straight for Whitebeard. And he cries out, as he screams out, "This is for my sister, you undead shit!" And he drives his spear into Whitebeard's back. You can see the spear erupts from the center, from his chest, as it pierces him straight through. Tromag, the Goliath that you encountered on the way up the mountain, drives his great spear just hard with as much power as he can straight into Whitebeard's back. He's almost as tall as Whitebeard even. Rocked by the impact, Whitebeard stumbles forward a little bit, looks down, and sees this massive spearhead sticking out of his chest. He turns his head slowly and gazes hatefully, his white eyes flaring directly into Tromag's face. He says, "Sister, you say? I don't think you understand how little you or some thick-headed slut means to me." And with that, he drives his right hand, burning with green and black flame, into Tromag's chest, and almost effortlessly rips it back out again, and in it is holding a still beating Goliath heart. Tromag gasps, releases his spear, and drops to the ground. And as he does so, Whitebeard's whole body erupts into green and black flame. And as the heat of this lightless flame surges out, his wounds seal up, the heart in his hand and the spear in his chest burn away and crumble into ash. He turns back to Mozab and says, "Well, back to business." "Yes, of course, of course. Let the meeting come to order." Picking up from the last council meet, number of us had assignments that we had to follow up upon. We will now have reports on this. Whitebeard, what happened with your conquest to take the island of Tortalish? Whitebeard gazes. He says, "I took that island. I beat the navy back from it. We hold it now, but the price was dear. It cost me 6 of my fleet. But I did destroy 2 navy galleons in the process. My servants hold it now. But I hear word that Admiral Kizaru will be moving to retake the island soon. Without reinforcements, it will fall from our hands." "Yes, of course, of course. Well done, I suppose. And you, Sasseline, what has come of your mission?" Sasseline slithers, and she whispers, kind of like snakes a response back. "The Kraken. The Kraken has indeed appeared. A new one. It is only a hatchling right now, but it is indeed powerful. I was unable to capture it. It fled into an abandoned, deep temple under the sea. Its power escapes me. Failure! Failure, Sasseline. We have none of that. You will be dealt with as the council agrees upon." He turns to Shen Lim and says, "And you, Shen Lim, what's of your task?" Shem says. I did as I was beckoned. I acquired a rather small but significant shipment of Dragon's Breath powder from our supplier. The lady was gracious this time around, but her prices are rising, and she grows dissatisfied. She expects greater results. She says that if we desire more powder, we must give her the results she requests. And he waves off to the side. And you can see that his men have behind him, clothed in black. But his men have with them a couple of carts with those barrels that you saw stacked on them. Whitebeard says, "That's all you attained. That won't be enough to supply more than 3 ships in a decent gunfight. That bitch of a lady, she oversteps her bounds." Now, Whitebeard, don't let your bluster get ahead of you. We all know that our supplier is not one to be trifled with. Were it not for her, the admirals and their navy would have overrun us already. Yes, of course, of course. And finally, Marina, Kianmai, what of your task to enlist Hasselin and its military for our cause? Do you have King Reginald's acquiescence? Marina steps up and says, King Reginald wanted time to make his decision. He needed more information. Kianmei and I let him know the seriousness of our demands. The king has sent these people, and she points at you, to be his voice, his eyes, and his ears. They speak for him. And she waves you over. All of the eyes of the Pirate Council, they all turn to you. Every one of them. And he says, "Unorthodox. Come, you lot. What have you to say for the king? Did Marina communicate to you your options? They are but 2. First, Hasselin will provide us a minimum of 10 warships with crews and supplies. 10 warships every quarter year. These will be used in combat with the Waterdeep Navy. Second, Hasselin will assassinate one of the Waterdeep Masked Lords. And third, we will require one of King Reginald's own children to come here to ensure his compliance. What say you to these demands?" The beholder's many eyes are locked on you.
Alright,
Oh,
who
there's
wants
a
to be the
beholder
talker?
too?
Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
The beholder? Yeah, that's Mozab.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Where were
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys?
yeah, yeah.
You don't want Balanar to talk.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, I'll
Mozab.
talk.
He's the one talking.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I remember.
That like his pirate iPad?
No, I'm gonna step forward, I guess, and
Okay.
I'm gonna say, we're unsure about this deal that you offer, but we are open to negotiate, at least. One thing that we might be able to offer you is an end to your war with Waterdeep.
An end to our war. How do you expect to accomplish that?
We are planning to head into Waterdeep and take it from them.
You would step into the jeweled city. You would ascend its spires and take on its masked lords. Arr, 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 arr. At that, around the table, all of them begin laughing. Well, not all of them. Kian Mei and Marina are decidedly stoic, but the others find that very humorous.
I just chip in a little bit to back up Euphemia. I'm just like, well, you guys have a strong navy. Obviously, there's a strong.
I'm gonna tell them this. I'm gonna smack him away a little. We believe that there's a demon that is running Waterdeep now. This demon is the same type that have been attacking the different gods throughout this realm. And we believe they have sent Waterdeep to destroy you, because you are one of the powers that can stop them.
Whitebeard speaks up. He says, "And what of it? Demons? Why? Demons are nothing. Nothing to our god of death. Waterdeep dares encroach. Waterdeep dares make demands. Waterdeep will fall by my hand."
Well, I just
Use
back her
that
up.
rotten brain of yours. Think of it. What would happen when your god is dethroned, like the rest of so many others. Even he now fights with the others. Good, bad, chaotic, it doesn't matter. They're all fighting the demon hordes now.
Make a persuasion check.
Hey Midas, I hate to do this to you, but
Yep.
I'm kind of falling asleep here at the desk. I took some medication and it's putting me to sleep, man.
Okay, man. Hey, have a good night.
Sorry about that.
Ah, you're good. You're good.
Good night, guys.
See you later.
User disconnected from your channel.
Sasseline speaks up. She says, "I've heard whispers of this in the deep. Perhaps her words have a ring of truth." And Terry's, when you mentioned the demons, his posture changed. He leaned in a little bit. You're not able to tell much about him, but you do know that he's a tiefling. That much you can tell. And tieflings have demonic heritage in their past.
Are they demonic in this game or devil heritage? Because I know they're slightly different.
I think they can go back and forth.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it can be either or, but I know demons are definitely play an aspect of it. At that, Mozab speaks up. He says, "Even if this be true, there's still the matter of Hasselin's involvement. Our demands have been made. And
What
the
do we get
council-
out of it?
Get
I
out
mean,
of it.
obviously, we'll give you everything. Like, let's say, because obviously you need our help. And without your help, you're going to get kind of screwed over. Obviously, as of right now, I don't like these people. I don't know about my party people here, but like, let's say we are going to help you. There's no way you say we're going to demand you can give us demands, and
Deimos, you're going about it the wrong way.
fine, you can do it.
The point is, we can stop this war without you spending troops, gold, and precious ships. You can have all you want, and more, without having to fire one shot.
What what we want. What do you know of what we want? We want the seas. We want the destruction of the Navy. And as he starts speaking, you see the other pirate lords start to mutter their agreement. Even Marina is
And isn't that
is on
power?
board with this. We want them gone. We want their ships to be at the bottom of the ocean. Arr.
Seems a bit foolish.
And you
I
would
would
do
personally
all
take the
this.
ships for my own.
You speak with an insolence that you have not earned, lady. His eyes are all focused on you. He starts licking his lips.
How old are beholders?
I'm pretty old. They have pretty long lifespans, and this guy's an older, grizzled. Like he's a weathered one. He's pretty old.
I'm gonna look him right in the eye and say, I've dealt with beholders quite a bit over my lifetime, and I know what needs to be done here. And I know that most beholders at least know a good deal when they see one. You have nothing to lose by sending us in, but you have everything to lose by going at war and letting all your ships sink to the ground. Or
You propose to end this war and to stop Waterdeep on your own. It is a fool's errand. We know nothing of you. We don't even know that we can trust you. What we do know is what we told Hasselin. Acquiesce to our requests. Ships, crew, assassination. One of the king's children. Give us these things, or we will destroy your country. We will shell it into desolation from the sea and from the river. That is your choice.
I was like, as I was saying, is obviously you need our help, so if you wasted all of your time attacking us, you're going to get hurt in the process. All due respect. And that way you'll be even weaker fighting against these people, and obviously you're going to get taken over or completely destroyed. We can definitely talk sensibly about this type of stuff. We see your demands, it's just not saying what are we going to get out of it, but it's what can we expect when this is all over.
honestly, I don't think they want to give us anything. They just want us dead, so we don't care.
At this, Shen Lim, he eyes you all. He says, Now, one moment, Mozab. These people here, they seem to speak with confidence and bluster that does not come from those who are incapable of accomplishing things. Perhaps we can work out some other arrangement. Hasselin is a small, pitiful country. Were we really truly going to do something with their ships except place them on the front lines to be destroyed first? And who'd think that they could truly assassinate one of the masked lords of Waterdeep? But these people here, perhaps you can do something. If you secure our resources for us, and help us win these battles, perhaps we will spare your pitiful country for the time being. What requests are you thinking of, Shenlim? Speak your mind. Stop being shifty. Well, it's rather simple, is it not? A new kraken has emerged from the deep. Sassaline failed to bend it to her will. Maybe these people can succeed where she failed. He glances over at Sassaline with disdain. She slithers a response. He points over to Whitebeard, he says. And Whitebeard's men and crew are barely holding Tortalish, the island of such important strategic value. But we all know that if an admiral were to assault that island, it would be lost in an instant. Perhaps they would be willing to defend the island and rebuff the assault. Or perhaps they would like to talk to the lady herself and secure us the source of Dragon's Breath powder. Do away with the middleman and get us an unlimited supply, enough to win this war. Any or all of these things would be of greater value to us than a few meager ships from a backwoods country. Mozab turns and says, "To the pirate lords here, what say you all? Do you agree to alter the bargain and offer this alternative to these people?" Shen says, "You know my mind." Mozab turns to Whitebeard. Whitebeard says, "I say they should burn and their country with them." Sassaline says, "Sss, and none can invade the deep. But if they wish to die by the Kraken's hand, they are welcome to try. I agree." Sss. Marina and Kian Mei also agree. Mozab declines. And Terry's, he looks disinterested. He abstains from voting. Mozab says, "The ayes have it. Very well. Shen, you will have your way. Make the arrangements with these people." Shen takes a step forward to you and says, "There's the deal. Do these things for us, and your country will be spared. Refuse, and you die here, right now, and your country follows."
Can I roll an insight check on it?
Yep. He's sincere in exactly what he said, but there's more. You get a little bit of intent behind his proposal. There's obviously things he's not
Plans on
saying.
plans on plans.
Yep. But he means what he said.
Then I nod my head. Agreed.
So there's the 3 tasks. You guys can choose 2 of them. There is capture.
I want to do
Kraken.
the dragon breath part.
Okay. There is acquire the Dragon's Breath powder. And there's defend.
What's the other 2?
I'm putting them in chat. Tortalish Island.
Do
You
we
guys-
know what would be defending against?
One of the admirals. Admiral Kizaru is coordinating an assault to retake the island. Tortalish Island is
So
on...
someone from Waterdeep.
Yes.
I say we go after the Kraken then.
Kraken? Really? You want to go after a Kraken?
Oh, we could always go kill good people again. You know, I
gotta-
guess you guys like doing that.
It's a new Kraken. Basically there's only one Kraken in the seas. And the old
It's a
one
baby Kraken.
died.
Let's just deal with it.
They want you to capture the Kraken, and so that Sassaline can press it into their service. Okay.
I mean, I'm down for whatever. But if
You can wrestle
Whitebeard
a
and all these
Kraken,
other
right?
guys are afraid of this Admiral, I don't actually see us be able to beat this Admiral. But if we have all their help, who knows?
Oh, we could
So
probably beat the Admiral. I just don't want to go over and fight someone that we probably shouldn't be fighting.
who knows, though? They really might not be evil. I mean, they might actually be evil.
And if he isn't, then I'm not going to fight him, and then you guys are probably going to have to kill him yourselves. So.
Yeah, but we'll get all the experience then. We'll out-level you. It'll be awesome.
Sure, yeah, I'm definitely sure that's what it is.
Oh, by the way, I have a picture of the admirals. There's 3 Waterdeep admirals.
Oh, 3 of them? That
Yeah,
sounds
there's 3 of them.
familiar.
Yeah, there's Admiral Kizaru, or the primary one is Fleet Admiral. Let me see, did I have it written down here? And you you would have known this. You would have known this from talking to them. The overall commander is Fleet Admiral Vorsalin. He's the one who killed Marina's father. Then there's Admiral Tridane and Admiral Kizaru.
Did you say you had a picture?
Yeah, Deimos will like it.
Oh my gosh, these look so familiar.
Ah.
I have no idea where these are from. This is insane. Did you draw these yourself?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so creative.
Okay. That's half a joke, but that's not really what they look like. But I don't have pictures for them otherwise. But there's 3.
Yeah, I
of them.
don't know if I want to fight those guys, honestly.
I still say we go after the Dragon's Powder for multiple reasons. And the first one is not to get it for the pirates. The second one, we can deal with the Kraken in some other way, I think.
Yeah, we should do the Dragon's Breath powder first.
Oh, see,
Definitely,
I'm talking
yeah.
about, we're gonna fucking, fuck the pirates over in the end, no matter what.
Why would we do that?
Because
be
they're
like
evil
rebel-
assholes, and I want
they
to
could
kill
be
them all.
They could be rebel freedom fighters.
It's a fucking beholder, a white ray.
Aren't you like
is it
a
white?
drow?
Yeah, and my job is to kill him.
But I'm just gonna
That's
say,
the
if we're going
point.
off of stereotypes here, first off, you think all pirates are evil. You think our Mexican chimichanga guy is racist. But then again, you're a
No, I
drow,
think
and you're like,
you're
oh, I'm
racist.
A-OK, the great peace bringer. I'm pretty sure I'm not. So I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say these people might not. They might be good. They might be bad. We should probably find out first before we decide to do
They're
anything
fucking
there. But
bad. Look at them.
They're
This is D&D,
wait,
not the UN.
aren't the other people, like the people you're saying are bad? I mean, are good, controlled by a demon?
there's
Last-
there. So just so for you guys to, from what you've gathered by talking to these pirate lords, obviously, some of them are bad. Some of them are good. And you'll probably, just out of character, you'll probably find the same thing on the Waterdeep side.
Yeah, but in the end, whoever controls Waterdeep is a gosh darn demon. So oh well.
We can
We should
play it by
definitely do that.
ear. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can play it by ear afterwards. We can do the Dragon's Breath thing first and see how
Definitely.
things go.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So that's what you guys want to do first? You want to do the Dragon's Breath? You can do 2 of them, so...
Probably
Yeah.
the best at Dragon's Breath, and then we'll probably figure out the other one later.
Okay.
Unless we have to pick
Well, I was
right
thinking
now.
we can get the Dragon's Breath and to find out where it's coming from. Then we could probably give it to the king. What's his name?
Okay.
The guy that we're helping.
Yeah, from Haslan. The King Reginald is his name.
Yeah, of course we'll give him some.
Okay.
I was thinking give them all of it, but whatever.
Well, if they have some, they can analyze and make it themselves.
But
I mean, I shoot.
Well,
I think
the whole point
I know
is
how to make it.
he needs ships to, fucking defend him from the pirates. That's what I'm trying to think.
Well, we'll deal with that later. We should.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dragon's Breath first. Shen Lim says to you all, this. Then it is agreed. You will first make your way across the sea. I will give you the coordinates and the directions. We will supply you with a ship of sorts. And you will talk to the lady.
Of sorts.
You will talk to the lady herself. And see what you can do where we have failed. Perhaps you will have success. But remember, we require the source of Dragon's Breath powder. Whatever it is. We desire it in unlimited quantities. None of this bartering. None of this trading that she has demanded of us so far. You will talk to Iselin, Lady Iselin of the Night. And then, should you
Do we
succeed...
recognize that name?
No. Should you have succeeded in that, Sasseline will direct you beneath the ocean depths, and you will capture the Kraken, or you will die in the process. Agreed?
Do we get to become
agree.
like pirate lords after that? Because one of your pirate lords is going to get a Kraken. If we can get a Kraken, that means we're pretty damn sweet, right? In all seriousness, though.
The pirates have their positions by one. So this is out of character, obviously. Out of one of two means. They are either the leaders of a clan of a clan of Borthall, which some of them are, or they are there because of sheer strength and respect, like Antari's Saber. He doesn't have a clan behind him, but he's just there because he's a badass.
Okay, makes sense. Can we at least get some sweet-ass pirate credit if we capture a Kraken?
Shen Lim turns and starts walking away.
Oh, that bastard.
Okay? So, you guys are going to be... Next session, you'll be heading to talk to Lady Iselin of the Night. He's giving you directions. They're going to outfit you with one of their ships. It'll be a... not a particularly large... It won't be like a warship or something like that, but it'll be maneuverable, it'll be fast, and it'll be certainly sufficient for what you need. You look down, you head down to the waterfront as the pirate council breaks apart, and you start heading back with Marina and Kian Mei. And she says, well, Marina says, I suppose that went as well as we could have planned. You certainly like to volunteer for hard work, don't you?
We didn't have a choice.
Yes, some of our comrades can be quite demanding. We will give you the best that we can, and honestly, to be fair, the ships of the Waterdeep Navy are superior to ours in speed and maneuverability. The one that Kian Mei and I captured earlier, that will be your ship. We will show you how to crew it, we will show you how to man it. But it will be yours. 'Tis faster than any that we have.
How about a crew? Can you provide that for us?
We will give you some of our number. Enough to man it and navigate it and send you where you should go.
That would be good.
Okay.
Trustworthy people. You don't have to be good in a fight.
Very well. May and I will talk, and we will give you our most trusted crew members.
Can I insight check her on her?
Mm-hmm.
On that?
You're getting a good feeling from her. You're
I just don't want her to give us any spies or people that are gonna like try to kill us.
you believe her. You believe her. We will do our best. However, the other pirate lords will have a say in this matter. I believe that they will insist on adding some people to your crew, just to keep eyes on you. May and I, we are in good standing, however, we are obviously not cut from the same cloth as several of the other pirate lords. Their trust for us is a bit thin at times. So a couple of the other crew, or the other captains, are going to insist on having some of their crew travel with you.
So she's saying that there are people on her crew that work for the other captains.
No, she's saying that the other captains are gonna add to your crew as well.
Well, okay. You're talking about her standing. Kind
Yeah.
of sounded like
Yeah,
you were
they're
saying that people are watching them too.
yeah, they're and as far as the interior power balance on the Pirate Lord Council, there's 7 Pirate Lords, and 4 of them are decidedly evil. Shen Lim is a bad guy, and greedy and power hungry. Mozab, the Beholder, is just a creature of evil. There's Whitebeard, the undead, Death Knight, and there's Sassaline, the part Naga sea creature. Kian Mei and Marina are both of neutral or good alignment, and Terry's is completely neutral. So with that in place, the reason why that Marina and Kian Mei came to you guys in the first place to make the demands was that the council had outvoted them and sent them to make their demands on Hasselin. The reason that they volunteered was because they wanted to try to figure out a way to not destroy the country. They didn't want the unneeded bloodshed. So they volunteered to go and make the Pirates' demands possible. But that being said, they're definitely looked upon differently within the council itself. They're part of the number, but some of them trust them less than others. Okay? So you guys head off to the ship. You get a few crew members. They outfit it. They set it up. They give you some directions. And unless you guys want to do anything else, you guys are going to be... We're going to end the session with you sailing off in the direction of the Dragon's Breath Powder's supplier, Lady Islin of the
Is there any
Mountains.
like shops here or anything like that?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask, if I can do some shopping since I wasn't here last time.
On this island, definitely not.
Is it a potion supply for us since we're doing some crazy ass shit?
Is there any way to tell us what crew members were part of the spy?
Yeah, you guys can tell it. If they're a spy or not? Well, obviously they're there keeping tabs on you, so they'll be reporting to their superiors. Mozab.
What would happen if we if those certain people accidentally fell off the ship?
Well, you'll have to find out, won't you? Mozab floats up to you all and says,
What do you say?
Mozab floats up to you guys. He says, "Potions? Arr. I heard one ask for potions. Potions of healing, you say? Perhaps."
Yeah, it really sucks getting hit with cannonballs left and right, and I can only heal so much. So I mean, sometimes it's
I have
just
no
makes my
interest
life a
in
little easier.
you, meathead. But for the lady, I'd supply some potions,
Oh,
some
fuck.
healing.
He's talking to the cat or
No, he's talking to Euphamia.
Euphemia?
For
Really?
some.
Oh, he's got poor taste.
For
I walk away. I don't want to deal with them.
Arr, he says, arr, 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 arr.
I tell him, I was like, hey, if you want to get on her good side, you can talk to me. She's a little bit rough around the edges. You got some gifts for her?
Yes, gifts. Mozab does not do gifts. Mozab makes his people love him.
Oh, you can have fun with her then, honestly. She's a big old pain in the ass.
Arr. He kind of floats off. Okay, so that's where we'll end it for today. You guys, let's see here. I didn't give you experience last time. So for the fights that you did today, and from last week, you guys get experience. And for the role playing and meeting with the Pirate Council, here's another 2 shots here. There we go.
Is that one of those blind beholders?
He is his blind in his central eye. He's got a lot of other eyes to see with.
So that means he doesn't have his anti-magic field.
That would be a good assumption.
Unless it's a trap. That'd be a really damn good trap, because I'm pretty sure beholders can see through an eye patch.
Marina comes up to you, or Kian Mei comes up to you, Euphemia, as you're wondering that, and she's again speaking in her language, but she says, "You would be right in your guess there. Mozeb is an ancient and evil creature. He sails the seas below. But it has been said that in times past, he was caught in a ferocious battle and his central eye was ripped from his body. We know not who did it or where. Mozeb will not speak of it. But for some reason, it is missing. He compensates for it
Do you
with the use of
trust
his
him?
other eyes. Trust? No. I trust none of them. But they are bound by the
Well,
code.
of course, but
They are bound by the code. So we work in parallel.
she's already told us what the code was, right?
She did. She said it earlier.
Yeah, she did.
I completely forgot.
Yeah.
It's pretty much don't be a douchebag and talk out of turn.
It's there's
Well,
two.
damn, Deimos, then you would lose.
The
Oh
code,
no, yeah, I definitely would have died.
The code is simple. It's, let's see where I have it written down here. It's two things. Agreements between pirates are always kept on pain of death, and the captain's word is absolute so long as he draws breath. It's just 2 things. Okay.
Which one supersedes the other?
Well, they're both pretty up there. I don't know. You'd have to. The situation would have to dictate, I guess.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna head out. I don't want to waste all my hotspot thing just in case I need it tomorrow.
Alright. Thanks, Elwin. Yeah, we're done. So
See you,
next
dude.
week, you guys will head off to go track down the Islin of the Night. Alright?
Alright, sounds good. Hey, thanks
Cool.
for running it.
Thank you all.
See you guys next week.
Next
See
week.
you guys.